Welcome to the Pseudo Intellectual podcast. I'm your host, Six, and today we have...
Two people.
Hey, this is the lowest amount of we've ever had in a live stream.
Yep.
And are you going to introduce yourself, Stuffy?
No.
Well, fuck you too. Okay, Chandler.
Hi, ChandlerMakesVidaya here. I'm hanging out while I'm doing some coding.
Should we do... Are we going to just fuck around until Necro and them gets back, or should we just start without them?
Either
Monroe
way.
did nothing wrong. Oh, yeah, I think everyone here is under, that assumption that Monroe did nothing wrong. Alright, y'all got the, what's it called? The freaking Reddit open?
No, shoot me a link.
I did! It's literally right there inside the freaking thing.
I was in a private message. I was private messaging someone else.
I sent all of it before it started.
Yeah, and I was handling something that you asked me to handle.
Wait, what? What did I ask you to handle?
Messaging someone.
Oh! Okay, I know who that is now.
Yeah.
Alright. We did not know they both had beef. Well, yes, they went after each other on Twitter. Whatchamacallit? Should we bring up the Twitter fight? Should we?
Oh, damn. What's up?
And Netsuro. Nitsuro
What's
the
up?
perv. Okay, now back to what I was saying. So, TheSMonroe, which video in the description.
Who joined the call? It's still showing only 3 people in here on my side.
Okay. I'll
Nitsuro
just
the
leave and
perv.
come back.
No, you don't
I'll
have
just.
to.
Oh well, I joined using the wrong fucking app, so give me a.
Whatever. Okay, so TheSMonroeShow made a video, the trap video. It's hold on, copy address. It's in the description, but let's see. I'm just trying to show it on the screen. This one.
There we go. Sorry about that, fellas. But anyway, continue.
It's called "Trap is Not a Slur: A History and Lesson." It's something I like, not just because it's taking the majority of the same stances I have. And no, I don't think Monroe ripped off my video, but it's hilarious. No, I'm saying no. I don't think so. I don't think.
Yeah, I know. Just
Monroe actually does quite a few stuff different than me, which I'm going to add some stuff that I didn't even check. I didn't even bother checking because I was like, that doesn't have anything too much to do with the argument I'm making. But I'd say it's a pretty damn good video. But the thing that made me laugh was all the reaction to it is Pedantic on Twitter. Yeah, you're right. Twitter was a mistake. Pedantic did like a giant straw man of what Monroe Show did and said. Let's see. Y'all have anything to say?
Well, I watched the video. I thought it was really solid. My favorite part was the bit about Elstafo and Felix, because that was one of the key points that I was really annoyed at Pedantic with, because Pedantic was pretty much just pushing fake news. Because here's the thing, right? And Monroe makes the point a lot better than I can, but Felix and fucking Elstafo are not trans. They do not have gender dysphoria, and they do not wish to be women, and that's like canonical in the fucking series that they're in.
Wait, did Pedantic actually claim that they're trans?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god.
Pedantic legit tried to make the claim on the evidence that, Estafo's gender is hidden on the wiki for fake granddaughter, so that means I'm right. And with Felix, they had a bit more of a cohesive argument, And because at the time I haven't watched ReZero and I don't know a whole lot about it, so I didn't particularly know if they were lying or not. And this is what makes it really insidious, because for people that don't actually watch these shows, they can take fucking Pedantic on their word, right? And that's what fucks me off, because people go around and they start screaming, "Oh, Starfo's trans, Starfo's trans. Pedantic told me that Starfo's trans, so it must be true." And then people have to deal with that shit, right? And be like, "No, look at the fucking wikis. It fucking tells you right here that Starfo dresses up because they like cute shit."
I found it. I didn't want to bring the actual tweets in here. I thought it was going to be provided. But if they're going to be on the BreadTube and only show like the tweets that Monroe did without showing what started it all, I'm going to have to bring that up.
Is Pedantic still locked? But
well, no, I follow Pedantic with
good.
5 different accounts. Like, I have 5 different accounts following Pedantic. She blocks one, I can still use the other one. She blocks that one, I can still use another one. I have like an endless amount of accounts, you know?
Good lad. Good lad.
Alright, what was I saying? Okay, so Pedantic, you know, first started off with responding to... What? Who? Pedantic first started off with, so, all y'all really need to know is about this response to my trap video is he says, "No, trap doesn't contribute to the idea that trans women are tricking men. It's actually these clickbait videos, a few of them made, that gave that the reputation." Ah, right, it's our fault. Gotcha.
Okay, I want to jump in here and say that is incredibly disingenuous to say, because what Pedantic's doing right here is taking what she perceives as the weakest argument, even though it's not actually a weak argument. It's a pretty good fucking point, right? That people's usage of the word trap is not probably contributing to the hatred of trans people, and yet you've got all of these YouTube videos of all of these trans people saying, "Hee hee hee, I haven't told my boyfriend I'm a guy. Hee hee hee, so cute. Hee hee hee." That's the kind of thing that's gonna fucking cause people to be like, "Well, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. This isn't right."
Yeah, nothing about it's probably like the one. It's a bit misrepresented because that's not what Monroe was going on about.
It's also not the entire point of the video, right? Like the point about the YouTubers and that trend of YouTube videos is not Monroe's entire argument within the video. So that's why it's extremely disingenuous for Pedantic to present it in such a way, because I'm willing to bet a majority of Pedantic's followers most likely
didn't watch it
and are just going to take Pedantic's word for it. It's similar to why I'm mad about the whole Astafo and Felix thing, because people are not actually going to like Pedantic. As much as I hate to say it, Pedantic has enough clout that people will just take their word on it, and that annoys the shit out of me. So, and when you're at that point where you're going to be able to just fucking say shit and people will just believe it, that's when you should start actually giving a fuck about your sources and start actually giving a fuck about what you're saying, so you don't spread misinformation.
Yeah. After that, Monroe and them got into quite a decent argument. Monroe responded with, "That wasn't my point. This section has to do with several societal issues contributing to..." Hold on, let me link it to all y'all so y'all can see as well.
Yeah.
Actually, do one of y'all want to read, actually? I can't.
Hang on. Let me bring it up. Hang on. I gotta bring up the thread. Let me do it. Right. I won't be able to see romantic. Oh, god damn it! No.
That section has to do with several societal issues contributing to the perception of folks You are clearly just cherry picking and misrepresenting my argument. To repeat myself, if you have to cherry pick to make a point, you don't have a point.
Fuck.
And then Pedantic's like, and one of the issues you isolated out was this victim blaming nonsense.
That's fucking crazy.
This isn't victim blaming. It's shining a light on societal issues that is seen okay by many people when it shouldn't be. Yeah, when it shouldn't, because it contributes to a false idea about trans people. Isn't acting like this is perfectly acceptable more harmful, Pedantic?
Yeah. Monroe's like spot fucking on that shit.
And then
And
right
just
after
fucking-
that, Pedantic just privated Twitter.
Yeah. Pedantic went on full fucking lockdown mode, damage control, because I think at that point, like the sway of public opinion started to shift, right? Because at the beginning, because I remember when you first linked the tweet in the Discord, and it only had like 2 replies or something, and it was like all just circle jerk from Pedantic's like cuck base, right? And then as soon as Monroe comes in and is like,
Boom.
yeah, nah. And as soon as we come in and we're like, yeah, nah. It's like a wave.
I remember it's like literally I saw it was only like a few seconds after Pedantic made that tweet, and I just started sharing it with the Discord, and then I shared it to Necro, and I think Necro shared it to Monroe.
Right. Oh man, it's great.
I was like,
and I think
if
and I
you're
think the funniest. Oh yeah, no, you go first. Sorry.
I was like, if you're gonna make like a giant swooping thing about someone's video, they might as well know about it so that they can defend themselves.
Oh, too right. And I think my response was also really good because I think that Pedantic is not going to go after the strongest arguments. So I was just
No,
like,
I was
you know,
coughing because Monroe's in the chat.
oh really? Hi Monroe, how you doing?
Oh shit! Hi.
I'm a big fan. I love your work. You do fantastic job. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I was live reacting on stream too.
Oh wow, really? Oh man, I hope someone clips that because I want to watch that so bad. I want to see that. That would be amazing. Oh, Monroe's blushing. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, oh that's
My
great.
throat's fucked up.
So I reacted with basically, yeah, you're not gonna.
You cut off. Hello? Did New Zealand get you?
New Zealand got you.
No, I'm still alive. Don't worry. But anyway, yeah. So I was just like, yeah, Pedantic's not going to take on the strongest argument, which in my opinion was the Astafo stuff because that was actually really well sourced and good work.
I mean, I like Pedantic and all. It's hard.
Wait, does Monroe want to join? What?
Wait, what?
Oh shit! Oh, can we get Monroe in here? Yeah, fuck
Get her in here! Yes.
No, not her.
Him. You know, Monroe? Whatchamacallit? My Discord is down here. If you join, then you whatchamacallit, so we can I can send you an invite.
Yeah, Unknown can pick you up from there if you want to join in from there, because we're in a private call.
Everyone's saying, her.
yeah, I was gonna say, good job misgendering you. Oh man, can I? Yeah, you did. Can I? Hey, Necro.
Hello.
Hey there, Necro. Monroe wants to join, so
Can I? Yeah. After that, can I tell the story about the misgendering that happened last night or this morning? Because that was fucking hilarious.
I
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I
with that one person.
Yeah, I pretty much died laughing, but they wanted.
Yeah, that was the best.
But they wanted me to delete it because it made them look bad, and I was like, you know what? I'll be nice. What? I'll be nice and delete it. And they deleted everything that they said. They actually just came and started apologizing to me and was like,
okay. Oh, hello.
I think they got put in their place real fast.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wait.
Hello.
What? Oh, that's Monroe's.
We're waiting for them to pick up. So.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh! Hello. Oh, we're just waiting.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah!
Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Okay. I'm still dealing with this, quite frankly.
I didn't think you would.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I expected, because these people are kind of insane, so I'm not surprised.
My favorite part is when I was sent the screenshots, there was the one that was saying I should be burned alive, so that was pretty good. It's pretty epic.
Oh wow, really?
And then
Really?
my favorite part is they're like insulting me, and one person goes like, "Oh, he's cute, but sadly, he's still a straight white cis gamer boy."
Wait, what?
And then
That makes no sense.
That's my new Twitter bio, actually. So.
Oh, that's
It's-
amazing.
It's
That's
okay,
amazing.
Monroe. You're straight. You just have a dick fetish.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, my favorite, my best part was I was telling the story about this person, right? So because I made my tweet to Pedantic, right? And this person just jumps in and is like, oh, you didn't use she, you used they. And I was like, hang on a minute. And it turns out that Pedantic actually respects they as a pronoun for them. So I was like, wait, what? What?
Yeah, I saw that. It was like such a clear example of they had nothing, because it was literally just they were hoping you wouldn't think that's okay.
I know.
Yeah,
I was like,
and then I decided, I'm just gonna mess with this person because
I jumped in so hard on that one.
yeah, I was like, my favorite. Like, I think the Jelly Donut tweet is my magnum opus of all of Twitter. I think I did too well, because that was the point. That was the point where they blocked me, where I was like, because they in one of their tweets had called me a they, so I was just like, well, hang on a minute, you're calling me a they and you're misgendering me.
Well,
Are you secretly transphobic? Like, what?
So we got one trap shitting on another trap, and vice versa. Huh?
No, Kaiser, don't do that. But what I was saying is, whatchamacallit? It was hilarious when I jumped in and they kept saying, I'm not even trans. I said, I'm cis.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I mean,
laughed
is
so hard at that.
Is it really their choice though? That's the question. I guess it's the gatekeepers to the trans community, huh?
They started taking
Yeah.
like the most strange, what's it called?
I took them.
Hills to die on.
Yeah, the strangest hills to die on and the most predictable reactions. Like when I posted the PewDiePie one, I just knew. Like that's so predictable. It's so easy. But yeah, it was a fun morning to do that. I actually just got up just now, so I'm a bit drowsy. So forgive me if I sound really bad. Oh man.
I did not know that Pedantic Romantic actually privated their Twitter now. Wow.
Yeah. She did.
I'm pretty sure it was only because my comment was starting to overtake hers. Because now hers
Yeah.
has a lot more. But at the time, I was like 5 likes behind her. So she like, God forbid, that other people disagree with her.
Argument.
Yeah.
Otaku, you might want to check who just joined the server.
Who?
It's Rika Jr.
Oh
no.
I saw
Rika
that.
Rika
Jr.
Jr.,
was
what the
freaking
fuck?
DMing me.
That's like
Who's-
inside
who-
server nonsense.
Who the fuck is Rika Jr.?
Here's the thing. Whoever Rika Jr. is, what's it called? I swear they are the same person as Kraft Dwarf Jr. But yeah, that's
And who is Kraft Dwarf
no
Jr.?
one fucking knows. Well, I'm sure someone knows, but that's a completely different topic. What were we saying?
Yeah. But yeah, I think Pedantic. Yeah, it's just that they seem to have issues with criticism, and the funniest part is I don't think you even specifically mentioned them in the video, did you?
I don't. I went out of my way to not state her name, not state the video.
Just inside the
only
tags.
In the tag. The only thing I did was I tweeted at her on
Oh my
Twitter.
god.
That's it.
Jesus Christ.
That's great.
But
Well,
I'm the
it's
one harassing
really-
her, despite her sending people to like report all of my
look,
tweets.
That is something you've got to understand about Pedantic Romantic. They're the kind of people who you could even look at them like in a way that's like 10%, not the way they like 10% off. You're not 100% the way they want you to look at them, and they'll call you like Hitler's son.
Yeah.
You could be Hitler's son. You could be the devil. You could be shat out by the devil's ass, ready to put pineapples up everybody else's ass.
And like they weren't even
everyone.
smart about it either. They were reporting every tweet I made. I made a tweet that said I like men, and they reported it. 'Cause I guess they're a fucking homophobe now.
Oh. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, they don't
I like
know what
men-
would get
so
someone
you-
banned, so they
Oh
just
my god.
report everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how the mass reporting goes. They think that if they just report enough, Twitter will be like, "Oh, look at this horrible person. They have like 1,000 reports on our desk about them. Ugh, God, this terrible Monroe."
So wait, so they
Horrible.
so the real thing though to ask is they basically tried to report a tweet that was literally just you saying you like men.
Yes, that was one of the tweets they reported.
Did they also try to report that video where you said you like sucking dick or something? You mentioned that in the
I
video.
wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure I've mentioned it several times.
Probably. No,
like-
if they're gonna report anything, they're gonna report the forced feminization stream highlight, which was the best. I love that one so much.
That was a good time.
Uh,
That's true gay for gay.
Pedantic
Oh my God.
Romantic is a fucking.
A shrill
That's a
heart.
good way to describe it, yeah.
That's all I can
yeah,
say.
it's
Ever
really a
since
shame.
that fucking.
And it's really a shame too, because it's like what I was getting at earlier before you joined, Monroe. Is what annoys me the most is the misinformation. Like that's what annoyed me the most about the video in general was the misinformation about like Astafo and Felix and pushing this narrative that just because the genders are hidden or just because they act this particular way out of context, it means they must be trans. They
Yeah,
must
sure.
be. And it annoys me because you'll have like all of their followers that will listen to that and they'll go, oh, well, that has to be true because Pedantic is saying it. Because Pedantic is at that kind of point where they have enough clout and popularity where people will just listen, right? They won't actually do any research themselves. And it really annoys me because I actually had an argument on Twitter like months ago with someone who was like, "Oh, Staffo is trans," and I actually had to go and clip Wikipedia posts and do all this other stuff and be like, "No, what are you talking about?"
Yeah, no, I've been there.
I was.
That's why I was prepared for this video. I was like used to it at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I at first was never going to make my video. I was just going to respond in a comment and leave it. If it gets voted to the top, then okay, leave be it. I did it on my alternate account. It became the top comment, and it was me just point by point showing why Pedantic was wrong about everything. And
Did she delete it or something?
Yeah, a few
I
minutes
mean, with
later, and she
Pedantic
deleted
Romantic.
it.
Okay.
Hold on,
And
which
that's
video?
when I was like,
hold on.
oh, okay.
Hold on, she deleted the. They deleted
Comment.
the okay, the comment,
Yeah,
not
that,
the
my
video.
comment that was, despite
And-
her never
I mean-
liking it.
And we're talking about
Let me
Pedantic's
finish.
video.
God damn it.
We're talking about Pedantic's video though, right? The one on trans.
Yes.
Trans.
Despite her never hearting it, which gives you a giant boost of being on top, my comment was still the top comment, and
Yeah,
that's why she just deleted it.
Mm.
that's actually a really good point.
Like the
about
comments or the entire video?
She deleted the comment, my comment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I was like,
Yeah, the
oh,
heart-
right. No, I was
It's
like,
really it's really easy. It's really easy to tell a YouTuber that is trying to hide criticism when they have a giant wall of liked comments at the top. Like it's very, it's a bit of a bad
Oh
look.
yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
noticed
say
that.
that because what she
I-
calls is
yeah.
what I do is I heart every single comment I read.
But you see here,
That's a bit
and here's the
different.
problem.
Same.
But you see, here's the problem: is a lot of YouTubers will do that, and they won't realize that it pushes things to the top, and then that causes people to be like, "Well, hang on a minute, what are you up to? You trying to push all the stuff down to the bottom that you don't like?" And then people have to be like, "No, I just like every comment I read, or I just like every comment or whatever." And I think it's a failure on YouTube's part. To be honest, I feel like hearting a comment shouldn't really push it any more
I do
higher
it
up the
because it
list.
helps the YouTube algorithm as
It
engagement.
does, yeah, it does. YouTube.
Well, not to mention, in a lot of cases, they're only hearting comments that agree with them. So it's like
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, with Pedantic Romantic, like I said, I got mad at him mainly because of what he said about that shooting thing and how he forced the anti-PewDiePie agenda.
I'm not
onto,
surprised.
like,
I am not surprised.
yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
god.
that was the
yeah.
first time.
Literally
I
fell
got
into the shooter's wishes.
Wait, yeah. I got so pissed at that because he said something like a shout out to all the my Islamic viewers, something like that. If he really cared about his Islamic viewers, then he would have fucking sent condolences to the people who died instead of forcing an anti-PewDiePie agenda.
An anti-PewDiePie agenda because somebody did. Here's the thing. Anybody who's like, who tries to do that, okay, they're full of shit. Okay, just because like PewDiePie, right? It's not his fucking job, basically, to command all of his million subscribers and have some actual legal way to command them or some shit. It's not even his authority. That person made their own choices. So you sitting there trying to punish PewDiePie, making an anti-PewDiePie rhetoric. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What if a 50-year-old man shot somebody and said, "Subscribe to Pedantic Romantic"? Should we hold you responsible?
Yeah.
Yeah, people as a Kiwi, this conversation is getting me a little bit worried that I'm gonna have the cops show up in about 5 minutes.
I was just thinking
as a fellow Comey man, as a fellow Comey man myself.
I was like, aren't you a Kiwi? Is it like illegal for you to even hear this?
Nah. It's only illegal if I have possession of the manifesto or possession of the video, and it's even worse if I distribute them. So luckily, I don't do any of that.
Okay, actually, what's funny though is I wouldn't be surprised if Pedantic Romantic decided to go back to PewDiePie saying the N-word and say he's somehow responsible for all the racism throughout history.
Oh my god!
For saying that word.
Kind of tried to imply that with anime, anime is.
Oh yeah. He went and got a DeLorean, went back in time, and started the entire racism movement.
Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, he said anime was racist?
No.
Oh.
Freaking Kaiser was on something, and I was on a completely different topic, and he just...
This is what happens when you join these lovely...
Should we go back and start reading this again?
Yeah, I want to look at Jericho's tweets, because Jericho's tweets were actually really good.
Jericho.
Jericho.
Jericho. What is he, a wrestler? Chris Jericho over here, man?
Yeah. We got. I didn't know they liked anime and talked about.
Well, I mean, almost everyone likes anime. Celebrities do.
What is this?
Thing.
What is this tweet?
All right.
What the hell is this tweet? So all you really need to know about this response to my trap video is that he said no, trap doesn't contribute to the idea that trans women are tricking men. Actually,
we already read it.
I'm sorry, Drop.
Okay.
So read that. And what we were was at the
where
part where let me link the exact part where we're at.
Yeah, we're at Jericho's part. Yeah.
God damn.
Now I don't particularly like Jericho. I think I have some issues with some of the stuff that he does in terms of his interactions with people like AO and whatnot. But other than that, he seems alright. But sometimes he could be a bit of an ass. So that's my opinions on him. I think he's alright though. I think he's alright.
Okay, so we're on the Jekko part. Him saying I would recommend.
Yes.
That
yep.
Part. Okay.
Yep.
You can start.
So
I did not know who the fuck is Jekko, but okay.
So who wants to read?
I would recommend.
I posted one. To be fair.
I would recommend not engaging with Pedro any further on this. They don't process negative feedback on their work very well at all. They jump through 1,000 hoops before you get them back to talking about what you're actually talking about.
Let's have Kaiser or someone with a little bit of better mic read the next thing.
I'll do the next one. I'll do the next one. So
can I volunteer?
Okay, Chandler.
All right, I'll do the next one, and then someone can take over. So, the fact they glossed over 35 minutes of your perspective. Can you move your cursor out of the way? I'm trying to read it from your stream because I haven't got it open.
Okay,
because I'm an idiot. I'll just wait for the lag. So, there you go. That's fine. The fact that they glossed over 35 minutes of your perspective in order to demean you in front of your followers over the moment in your argument where you invite trans people to take a look and the impact that some of their own actions have and say That should say it all, really. And I agree with that. I think it's a lack of self-reflection and a lack of self-accountability for their actions.
Yeah, exactly.
Chandler, you want to read the next part?
Yeah, I knew them ages ago, and they went into a full meltdown over the smallest bit of argument against one of their videos. Nothing's changed. They aren't looking to cultivate better insights onto issues like this one. They're just looking to exploit people who don't know better.
Yeah.
And then after Pedantic went into protect mode, they went into protect mode. They'll try to slam you on Twitter, Marua, but when the tide turns against them, but if the tide turns against them at all, they'll become the victim in an instant. Guess we have to hope they just grow out of this behavior someday.
People like that don't grow out of it. They're determined to be perpetual victims.
Yeah, it's the sad thing, really.
Okay, where are you now? Where I don't see that these tweets. Hold on, I'm just seeing okay, there we go.
I remember I tweeted out right after that. I said I felt that way. When her only argument against my video was when I used the word objective.
Yeah,
because
the objectively.
All I have to say to that, all I have to say to that is long man bad.
Yeah, it was this. Heads up, if you need to insist literally dozens of times throughout your takedown video that you're just using facts, man, and you literally can't argue against this because my argument is objective. Maybe the actual substance of your reasoning is shit and you need to prop it up with platitudes. I respond to I hate those kind of people. And another thing is, I didn't do that. I did say you could argue against this. Like some of my points. I didn't say whatchamacallit, none of these could be argued against. There was very few I said that, no, that is just fucking fact, because you were just flat out wrong in the certain thing.
And the funniest part is there were actually parts where they were factually wrong. Well, as mentioned before, the Ostafo and Felix stuff. So it's like
it's not even just that. The vast majority of the video is wrong. Even the term she brings up, the history, she just picks and chooses what she wants to say to make the most convincing point.
Yeah. But one thing, though, is the difference between your video and Pedantic's is, or Pedantic's comment there, not video, but basically you were just pointing out facts from other people, the certain, what is it, not the scientific, the medical community or something?
Yeah, the DSM-5 and all that.
So you're pointing out stuff that you actually had backed up, you had all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So, at least if I'm thinking of the right video.
Yeah.
The one that I edited.
Yes, the one I had you edit.
Yeah.
Okay.
My great friend, the unknown otaku.
What?
Where am I on that tier list? That AnyTube tier list?
I haven't decided yet. But yeah. I mean, it just got even funnier on this one when it came to, because the BreadTube started going on. We're finally at BreadTube, finally. Because it said...
Yeah, I've been clipping pieces that I thought were kind of funny.
Okay, it says...
I'm not even sure what BreadTube is, to be honest.
Okay, BreadTube
until today.
is... Oh, no, I've known BreadTube for a while, because I've noticed Pedantic has talked about me on BreadTube a couple... Or at least once. I know at least once. And because...
why did they call it BreadTube?
And I mean...
It's like a reference to a certain thing I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's pretty much really decently far left tube.
Well, I mean, you've got Jeremy Corbyn, you've got ContraPoints, you've got
Sean.
Marx is in the corner over there. I think I can get the picture of what this is about.
Yeah, this is pretty fucking far left. Let's just say that.
pretty far left. Excuse me. Sir?
CNN.
That's
What's up,
Pretty far
Necro?
pretty far right, pretty far up.
So far to
down,
the
pretty
left,
far left,
basically, you know, it's like
pretty far right.
So far left that it wraps right back around to being far right.
All right, so
Pretty far left, pretty
y'all,
far right.
Of course
y'all want
you
to
affected
start
other
reading
far
the
down.
Reddit? Hold on. God, I just...
Wait, are we actually going to read
The
the
Reddit?
entire thread?
No.
Nah.
No.
They,
Just
I was about
highlights.
to say.
Just I don't. No. Just highlights of it. I would not want to read all of this. That would take forever.
Yeah,
Probably
that would-
lose a bunch of brain cells while doing it.
I'm
it
good.
probably would
I'm
take longer than when the last time I read the Communist Manifesto.
Right.
Wait, that's illegal.
So what are we starting with then?
here's one of my favorites.
Okay, what was it?
Oh,
I
I just
hate
sent.
this
I just
person.
posted.
Pedantic doesn't deserve this bullshit. This Dimitri Monroe person can go fuck himself. Do you do that?
Why don't they just come
Quite
and
often,
fuck
yeah.
themselves?
Oh,
So they
here's
got their
another
wish.
Yeah, there you go. It's not really much of a punishment if you enjoy it, though, is it?
They don't have that many brain cells.
Up the butt.
There.
Very
right up
simple
the
solution.
butt.
All you have to do is just make a Pornhub account and say to all my haters, I'm fucking myself, and then you
No,
just
thank you. It's a
Then
pure.
Then actually fuck yourself in the ass.
Look, there's already Monroe fucking hentai out there if you look
Yeah,
hard
I've
enough.
seen-
So don't worry about it.
But-
Don't worry
Go to
about it.
Pornhub, say I'm gonna go fuck myself, and then actually fuck yourself by sticking your dick up your ass.
Or maybe you should
Oh
just
my
make
God.
maybe you should bring back a dead meme
Oh,
of
yeah,
what
this
Okay,
one
guys,
too.
I'm going to at least read the main thing that started the whole thing.
Okay.
All right.
It says, cis cross-dresser Dimitri Monroe dogpiles and berates a trans YouTuber, the Pedantic Romantic, on Twitter.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
is,
that's
100% what happened.
yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I love how
my
they,
favorite
like,
is
that
the- how many times they have days without cis bullshit. 0.
Made me laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. I love. So they censor the word trap as well, which is hilarious.
Well, trap is not a
No,
slur, which
hang on,
is
hang on,
entirely why we
hang on.
always say.
Trap is
Wait a
a
minute.
meme.
No,
It's a
stop.
meme.
Stop it! Yeah, one at a time.
Please.
Please don't do that. So,
Shush. Stop, everybody.
okay, as I was saying, as I was saying, they didn't censor the word trap in the title when they're quoting the title, but they censored the word trap later on. I'm confused.
alright.
Why would you?
Alright.
Oh shit!
What I was
This
gonna
one,
say,
I just found it great.
Okay.
So BreadTube is a reference to anarchist text, The Conquest of Bread.
Really?
Oh, okay. No wonder.
Wow.
Oh, I thought it was
Go
a
ahead and
reference
say
to
that
the
slogan.
lines they'll be waiting in
No.
later on.
No. I just couldn't
Yeah,
remember
just-
the name off the top of my head.
The slower you say it, the more sense it makes, apparently.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, y'all want to actually start reading the giant comment,
What?
or not even giant, the small comment that started it all?
So, yeah, which one?
The one I linked,
Yeah, hang on.
the one that started it all.
Oh well, you linked to the main thread, not the.
Yeah, the one that started it all.
Okay, I'll go. Cis
I'll be-
cross-dresser Dimitri Monroe made a video entitled "Trap is not a slur, a history lesson," and responded directly to trans YouTuber Pedantic Romantic, who made a video on how problematic using the term trap is, or trap with an asterisk is, hoping that she would respond to his bullshit. And there's the link. And that brought on a mess of dogpiling on Pedantic Romantic when he did this bullshit. Another link, and his buddy Jico joined the torrent of Pedantic Romantic, the torment of Pedantic Romantic, and had a lurker in her server.
Wait, your buddies with
A
Jacko?
worker.
in
They
I
have
wouldn't
an
call us
server.
buddies so much as
No.
this is the first time I've talked to him ever, by the way.
Yeah.
So he
Like,
seems nice.
I love this idea. Oh, hang on, guys. I love this idea where it's like you have a public Discord server with a public invite, which is completely public, people are leaking shit from it. I'm like, hey, that's not how that works. If it was a private server and someone was in there like taking DMs or something, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's a bit not cool. But if it's an open server that anyone can come in and lurk and join and like just not be active and just look at the chat and see what people are saying, then what's the problem there? Just don't say stupid shit in public. You know?
or make it private.
Don't say anything you wouldn't scream in a street.
That's a good way to put it, actually.
Because leaks are going to happen.
I scream anything in a street, but that's just me.
See, this is actually the one I just posted in the call is my favorite screenshot because someone just posted my video and then it's just all of them like having a meltdown.
Yeah, this latest video is pretty far beyond the pale compared to his other bad recent videos.
Oh my god.
And we got a person named Starlight Edward. So yeah,
Also, how sad is it that they even have a channel that's called Troll Roasting? Also, one of the rules in Pedantic server is you need consent to DM someone.
How do you get
you gotta ask them in lobby or something.
Yeah, but how do you do that? You didn't ask them to be pinged. You didn't get consent to be pinged.
I mean, do they not realize that there's a setting in Discord where only friends can DM you? Like, why not just tell people to set it to that? It's not hard.
The mood of the DM.
Wait, is that why Pedantic doesn't respond to my DMs anymore?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you don't consent.
Why are we all fighting?
Did I not get consent? I didn't know that was a real rule. I've heard whatchamacalls it's that as a joke. I didn't think people were saying that seriously.
Why are we all fighting? We should all just get along and read Comey-san.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Here's the deal. The problem is we can't know peace without conflict.
Oh, I actually found something that I kind of agree with on this thread.
Here's the thing. I know a lot about peace, and it comes in truckloads.
You see, you need what's that great Simpsons quote when he's on the submarine? You need a knife to get peace or something.
Hey man, I remember that Simpsons quote.
Like he's trying. Like he's talking.
Pretty neat.
He's talking with the captain of the sub or something. Yeah, he's talking with the captain of the boat or something, and they're having a conversation about peace. But Homer thinks he's talking about peas, and the guy's like, "What's the best way to get peace?" And Homer's like reaching in with a knife to pick up the peas, and he picks up the peas, and he's like, "You use a knife," and then the guy's like, "So profound."
That's up there with Sneed.
Remember that? Guys, remember that one Simpsons quote where Homer was just like, Pedantic romantic.
Bro, you saying about the past thing in the chat?
Oh.
That actually reminds me because I said no, they're not. Not all could be traps because you have to pass to be a trap.
I mean, yeah, that is the base point of it. You're not getting trapped if you don't.
Yeah. And like I've said that, and I had so many people in my comment section arguing that that's not a qualification.
Here's the thing, too. This is going to bite me in the ass saying this out loud. Most people who complain about trap, no one's going to fucking call you a trap.
I know.
Like the vast majority.
I agree with that.
I swear that's 99% of what all of this is. Because, I mean, I don't like going after people's looks, usually.
Same. It's a vain thing, but...
I never go after people at all.
Have you seen Pedantic? Like, come on. When Pedantic... I watched Pedantic's rap video, and I saw Pedantic just pop up randomly in that Ostafo cosplay, and I was like...
I'm going to be honest. No one's confusing Pedantic for a guy, either.
That's...
I mean,
rough.
the thing is, I won't judge people at all, except if they're fucking assholes.
Yeah.
That's not, like... like the way that I like to do it is like I'll make judgments like that, but I'll say like that's not a critique on the video, and that's not like a like it's just like
It's only meaningful if it's relevant in some way.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
It's not an ad hominem, it's an insult.
The thing I
wonder
hate
if
most
that's
about
romantic
Pedantic's
fucking
video is
hate
something
that.
really minor as well.
Oh yeah.
Just the fact I hate how like she's like, all right, let's jump into the boy pussy of this and that.
Yeah,
It's like,
I know.
what the fuck are you saying this?
That actually made me cringe a bit. Like,
Why would you do that? If you're trying to make a serious video about a serious point and try and
no, I don't even
convince
think
people,
that. I don't.
why?
Like,
Why
I'm
would
all-
you
Wait,
do
why,
that?
No. I
Wait,
don't.
why?
God,
Wait,
You almost made me spit my drink up.
No, I mean, here's
Why
the
what?
time.
Why
No,
what?
no,
Why
no.
what?
No, here's the thing. I don't even think that. I mean, it's like you can make all the jokes you want, no matter how serious you want to be. That was just uncomfortable to hear.
Yes,
while seeing
exactly.
Pedantic
And
on
it's
the
not.
screen.
I'll explain it. I'll explain it if you give me a second. Stop saying what, and let me
What?
explain.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
So
What?
basically, in the video, Pedantic makes several innuendo jokes, and the problem isn't actually like that they did it, right? It's that they did it multiple times within the span of like 5 minutes almost.
It's not
Like,
funny.
it's
It's
just-
all different jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the first time it was like, oh yeah, that's a little bit cringe, okay. But then they just kept doing it, and I was like, can you stop? I
Yeah,
get it.
I agree.
Did they think it was the funniest thing ever? Because a joke you say 3 times better be just fucking hilarious.
It better be good enough to recycle. Yeah.
It better
Yeah.
be fucking beautiful. But it was
And
just,
and the biggest thing is it hurts the overall quality of the video, and it's detrimental to the point they're trying to make. It's like
The
I
best
agree
way I know
completely.
to put it is in Clerks, they use a joke 3 times, and it's the fact that Dante's girlfriend sucked 36 dicks.
oh,
it's a very specific number, very specific.
that's not an innuendo. That's just a fact.
It's one of the greatest things ever. Because it's just... It created a meme that my friends and I have when we say goodbye to each other. It's try not to suck any dick on your way out of the parking lot.
Shit, you're right.
I mean, there's
You're
always
right.
me.
So-
I say
so-
I'm straight until I get alcohol.
A lot of guys are like that.
It's
Whereas
like
I
if
also
you just
say
say,
I'm bisexual. I'm bisexual when drunk.
Oh man,
or like
drunk.
you say,
You're drunk sexual.
it's like say I'm straight. It's like you say I'm drunk until like you get drunk, and then you just get up in your bed, tied up in a noose. With
The one I hear more
That
often
is too
than that
real.
is I'm
Okay.
trisexual. I'll try anything once.
Sorry, that's too much.
All right, so
Sorry.
we got another quote from the we got a few more.
Oh,
Hang on.
Snippets from
Each
Reddit.
quote that you say that has to do with what I think it's going to be about. I'm going to take some shots here because I got some whiskey.
Oh,
in my
yeah.
glass.
I'm taking and cropping as for talking.
Anytime it's something absolutely retarded, I can take some retardation, but if it's like stupid, I have to take a shot.
Okay, so I'm gonna read one. Imagine having empathy and being so disturbed with tragic events that the only way one to cope is through tragic humor. But that kind of imagination will require empathy.
I love how that's upvoted minus 56 times. You see that?
Yeah, that's the one I immediately had to take that because of the downvotes. It's like, what the fuck?
Especially as, frankly speaking, most of their proof just goes on to show how much Japanese media tends to conflate the two. Characters like Stoffel and Felix are basically Schrodinger's trans.
No.
I'm so fucking mad.
Boys and trans women.
Schrodinger's
That's not
trans.
how it works.
Writing genuinely do not understand difference between the two.
That's
I mean-
not how. That's not.
That's not how it works.
Felix
I mean, I've always
literally states that he's a guy repeatedly.
I mean, I've always made the joke about the guy in Steins Gate that's Schrodinger's trap. It all depends on what timeline.
Yeah.
Well,
That makes
that
sense.
was
That's a good
there's
joke.
actually an argument there.
And here's the thing, right? I find it kind of sad that they're so desperate for representation. They're so desperate to be like
But it's
verified.
there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're so desperate to feel
For a
validated.
check
by
mark.
Yeah, they feel so validated by their media. They want that so bad. They're willing to fabricate stuff and twist things and misrepresent things and try and come up with these headcanons when they just got to go out and look for it and you'll find it.
Yeah, I know.
It's like you mentioned in the video, like the Lily stuff. Like I
Yeah.
didn't initially think that Lily was trans because my perception was different, but your video actually convinced me, right?
Mhm.
So it's kind of like it is there. You just got to go out and you just
Yeah.
got to look for it.
And even then, there's better examples. Like Wandering Sun is an
Okay.
anime completely, completely based around it. So it's like it's there. You just want the most popular thing. You just don't want anyone else to have your.
freaking
Oh, yeah.
Alika from Hunter x Hunter. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I never.
Yeah.
never seen Hunter.
See,
And it's like yeah, they're so desperate that they want the most popular thing to conform to their world. Like they have this. It's almost like they have a different perception of reality. And then when someone comes in and is like, "No, that's wrong," it's like it shatters, and they get really upset about it. It's really, really weird and sad to me because
my question to all of that is, why is like them being trans or not the only thing that they care about? But like they could be an asshole character, and then they're like, oh well, this character's
yeah,
trans.
that
Like,
no,
that could
guys,
be
this
erased.
reminds me.
Why
I've
do
seen
Why do
people.
people care if one person is trans?
No,
Why
the best example of that is Dio from JoJo. I have seen people try and make the argument. I have seen people try and make this argument, and I
That
fucking
Dio is
love it.
What, the Dio is trans?
Yes, like Dio is LGBT and trans.
Yeah, I've
And the
seen
reason-
Well,
and-
he is
and-
canonically
it's
bi.
hilarious.
No. And the
Uh,
greatest thing, and let me explain it for people that don't know, the greatest thing is Dio is the most psychopathic character.
Yeah.
And is this mental case who will use sexuality and sex to manipulate people. And I'm like, yes, this is totally the trans queen that you have been wanting your entire life.
Yeah,
You want
like-
Dio, fucking Dio, to be your fucking. It's like
Dio is portrayed
Sounds
as like a
legit.
huge monster because it's a piece of father.
maybe we're
So,
onto
why
something
is
here.
that-
Hang on, maybe we're onto something here. Maybe they want Dio specifically
Well, like,
because he's insane.
Dio
Maybe
is
we're onto something.
definitely bi. He definitely showed the fuck out of Father Poochie,
I mean, Dio's definitely on some kind of horror.
and then explained how gravity works.
I mean, if you look at Dio,
Yeah.
Dio's definitely on some
I given
kind of
up my
hormones,
humanity,
but whatever.
Jojo.
Whatchamacallit, should we just take the last look at Jekko's, quote-unquote, leak?
Oh yeah. We'll
Where
have
he
a look
just
at
goes
the,
the basic rule of Twitter.
yeah, but the basic rule of Twitter.
The ultimate rule of Twitter, apparently.
Like,
Mm.
Basic
The
rule of
basic
Twitter
rule
number
of internet. Don't.
Oh shit! I think I've seen this.
If you make a
All right.
call-out
If
tweet
you make
that
call-
criticizes other people's hard work, and that person stands up to you and demonstrates that you're in the wrong, and you're not allowed to go... you are not allowed to go private to avoid responsibility. That makes you a piece of shit.
Great.
Who was that?
He's
Who
not
was it
wrong.
that went private?
I tend to
Pedantic.
agree.
Huh?
Pedantic.
Pedantic went private, yeah.
Also, I love it.
Went private?
I love directly under that the nice shout out as well. That's good.
Yeah.
good on you, Chico.
Follow Monroe.
I love my shows.
Yeah, the shows
Wait.
are good.
Oh god, I'm getting shot.
From the
All right.
So Pedantic went private after he called out someone, and they proved him wrong.
Pedantic tried to strawman me. Basically, I said, "No, you're an idiot. You're just cherry picking." And then when people started coming to agree with me, and my comment was getting bigger than her, she just, put her tail between her legs and locked her account.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot, you're Draco.
Like a,
Huh?
No.
No.
I'm
No.
Dimitri.
No,
We're
he's
good.
Monroe.
respect.
Monroe.
Oh, man, I love it.
I'm sorry, I haven't even met like some. I've only met Kaiser
You're
I'm gonna
good.
talk to
Yeah, it's all good. It's,
Yeah.
Stuffy.
So if we scroll down, we'll see some more snippets of some tweets. We're like,
don't.
the pedantic cocksucking brigade in the
Yes.
Twitter replies. I love that because that was what I was mentioning before. Is when I first saw the tweet when I had like before you replied to it, Monroe. It was literally just like 5 or 6 people just going like, "Oh, that's horrible. Oh, it's a slay queen," and it reinforces
Yeah, imagine my
statement.
shock. Yeah.
It reinforces my statement of people that probably didn't watch the video and are just taking Pedantic's word for it and going, yeah.
Did you not know that that's like the first rule of YouTube is don't watch the video first, be angry first.
God,
yeah.
This isn't even that related, but like I get so frustrated. This happened with this video a lot. A bunch of people be like, I didn't finish the video, but here, and then they like make a point that I literally make if they just fucking watch the video.
Yeah.
Okay,
This happens all the time, and it gets me fucking furious.
we're gonna have to read this entire little segment because this is hilarious.
Okay.
Don't tell me anything too funny.
Someone
I
else
might-
do it.
Oh well, we're one thing at a time. Let's continue with Jericho, and then we'll go back to the
Yeah.
Reddit.
Jericho.
I keep saying it wrong. It's just because at times
Yeah,
Jericho.
don't worry, we've been doing the whole Australian
From the
thing like
people
all week. I
replying
got it.
to them, we can tell that they're immediately trying to drum up a pity party, and it says,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm sorry, you are rad, and you deserve nothing but success and happiness." And then the other person is "Take care."
And then we get the Discord stuff, which is quite funny. So what can we glean? So what can we glean? We can glean. They have gender bullshit chat. They have arranged colors, whatever that means.
Oh.
We've got
What?
lunatic experience.
I've already. Someone has screenshotted me like all their shit before.
Mm-hmm. Can we
It's like-
continue?
The only thing I
Yeah,
didn't know was the consent thing. Like they didn't screenshot me the rules because I guess they didn't care or something. I don't fucking know.
All right, let's get
Yeah, I
down.
only know because I know someone who used to be in there, but they got banned for saying there's only 2 genders. So I mean, what do you expect?
I mean, I know someone who got banned from the Mother's Basement Discord for saying "trap" is not a slur.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
What? There's obviously 576 genders. That's
Those are
why I
You think
Over
it was
9,000.
that little?
How did you get to this number? Yeah.
Yeah.
Over 9,000.
Try again,
Hey.
sexist. There's about 10,000 genders.
Oh man. All right. So yeah. So
There's
we've got.
There's about like.
It's
two,
over 8. It's over 8,000 in the Japanese sub. So let's continue.
All right, so we've got people in her Discord are defending her and actually claiming that she did nothing to provoke more in her fans. Having what you said completely misrepresented isn't grounds for people to stand up for you now somehow.
Yeah.
Which is like, what?
And
And then we have imagine having a public Discord server being paranoid about a lurker, and this is the stuff about. So they posted Jeko's tweets in the thing, and then some people were like, "How did this guy get the screenshots? It seems we have a lurker. Fuck!"
Goddamn public
Oh,
Discord.
shit.
What do you
criticize
expect?
me for being hysterical if I'm trans. That's transphobic. Oh my.
And then the next, and I love the fact that it's like Inception. It's like we've got the Discord posting the Twitter, posting the Discord, and it's like it's perfect.
yeah, sorry.
Hey, it
Yo,
looks
guys,
like they
guys,
have a
guys,
lurker.
sorry.
They took what was on Twitter and put it in Discord and talking about it.
Yeah, they don't. They're not very healthy working brains over there.
Yeah, they got a
Yeah.
lurker
Hey,
on
sorry
Twitter.
for going completely out of topic, but like I'm almost at 990 subscribers.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost
Nice.
gonna be 1,000 boy.
Nice.
Every little bit helps.
This is actually
Yeah.
This is actually the fastest growing
I mean, here's
fastest
the
growing
thing.
subscriber rate that I have right now because of my Comey video that released.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I would have believed Pedantic a bit because I remember she just got done with her stream when I was watching it, so I can understand that she was tired. But I'm sure she would have, unprivated her Twitter if, she actually believed that, or actually if that was actually the case. She has yet to unprivate it or make any response to it.
Guys, she's really tired
Oh,
from playing
no.
Sekiro. Come on.
Yeah.
The game takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, because
You
none
really
of us
tired
have
from
played a
playing
game for
Undertale.
7 hours.
I
She was
cannot
playing
play the
Sans
same game.
Undertale.
Well,
I'm
to
playing
be
a
fair,
game.
I can play a game for 7 hours. That's not a big
I've been
deal.
playing a
What
game
game are you
for whatchamacalls it 24 years. It's called How Long Can I Stay Alive?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
It's quite
I've only-
challenging.
yeah, I have
Challenging.
never spent 24 hours playing Monster Hunter before,
I mean,
and have definitely never spent 72 hours doing that shit.
I've done 3 days before.
I spent 100-something hours playing Smash.
I spent
tweet you're showing
2,000
on
hours
screen-
playing Team Fortress 2.
The tweet you're showing on
I-
screen, I keep being told I like threatened her by tagging her in it. For the record,
I've been
Oh,
playing
yeah,
185 hours of Smash Bros.
That is so hilarious to hear that. I laughed so hard when I saw that tweet. No, it's not you threatening her. That's stupid.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
literally Astolfo flying into the
I know.
transgender agenda and
It
saying,
was a
I'm
good-
my
it's-
own man.
it's a good meme. What do you want?
I love
It's
it.
such
It's
a-
amazing.
It's
I
like I
think-
just wanted her attention. And like the funny thing is she did respond to me, but like she didn't respond to anything I directly criticized her in the video.
Of
She
course
just
not.
like someone else said, just tacked what she perceived to be my weak part.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
a-
that's what I said. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I said.
Even though it's
on
not
mine
what
as
you
well.
said.
Like on
Even-
my
even-
video
Yeah, exactly.
as well,
Yeah,
Pedantic
yeah. So-
just whatchamacalls it scuffed it off as, oh, you said it was objective, thus you're have weak arguments. And it's like, oh, if I have weak arguments, you might as well debunk them then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, you're
You're
not
asking way
going
too
to?
much.
Oh, okay.
Asking way too much.
Yeah, you're just asking way too much of them.
But yeah, it's a good meme and it sums it up pretty nicely, really.
gold armor. Ugh.
So anyway, we've got this little Reddit post that Stuff just posted, so let's have a look at that.
Fair enough.
So we've got do you apply the same logic to people who spend their entire day attacking people who use the term trap on femboys or themselves by claiming it kills trans people? And then there's a response that says, try maybe not being being a transphobic ass for a day just for fun. And then the same person replies with, except I am trans. Try watching this video. You might learn something for once. Not everything is about us. Trap has nothing to do with murder/assault of trans people. Maybe try not being being insufferable ass for a day. Yeah.
Oh,
I think they need a boatload of Preparation H after that.
I think we should all, just give me the link to that comment, and we should all manipulate it and upvote it.
Oh shit! I screenshotted that. I should have given you a link.
Yeah, get the 120 viewers
Ugh.
upvote. We're gonna berate it. We'll probably get called mass flagging
That
harassment
was
or
just
something.
the best BTFO I've seen.
Yeah, it was definitely something to behold. I will say that.
Let's see, what is it? What was their names? Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, you can just go through everything Warhammer says is just amazing.
Oh, hang on.
Well, at least they
It
didn't
gets
ban them for,
downvoted
throw
to
them in
fuck.
At least they didn't throw them in the gulag for dissent, so that's good.
Oh wow.
Oh
I
yeah, there
love
we
his
go.
Oh my
Attack.
god.
He made an offensive joke. Now everything he said is invalid. Whoa, great mental gymnastics there.
Like,
I
this
love-
is great
There we go.
just because these guys are so fucking stupid. My favorite is, oh yeah, public use should be limited with terms that we know are harmful to people. What?
I don't understand. Another thing is I don't understand. I kind of understand the idea of like their warped perception of the word trap causing murder and stuff, right? But it's so weird because they're arguing that the usage of a term in a niche community is contributing to like a worldwide hatred and mass killing of trans people on a scale on level to the Holocaust. And I can't fathom how
What?
you
They're
think that's
contributing
even
to
possible.
0 deaths.
Look, the word trap isn't killing people. It's tall buildings.
What?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, in the Middle East, that's what they do. I don't know what.
Oh man, that was good. And the great words of Will Smith. That's hot. That's hot.
That's hot.
Sounds
That's
good.
hot.
That's hot.
You know, I was really glad when Paris Hilton became irrelevant because I thought I would never have to hear that song again.
Oh man.
Well, you bring an interesting point. Thank
And
you.
I just exposed how old I am because I know that Paris Hilton was once relevant.
But yeah, I think the
completely forgot
lesson.
about her.
I think the lesson to take away from this is it's really sad that a lot of the people in the so-called LGBT community don't seem to be very rational. And it's a
Like,
bit of a
right
problem.
now, I
They're
want to do
always
my best
say
to-
they're on the high ground, but they're fucking buried in the dirt.
This is why
Pretty
I live
much.
on 4chan.
It's funny.
Yeah,
all
4chan,
those
the
chat.
actor 4chan knows.
Yeah. It's funny. All these threads say like I grew up on 4chan or 4chan culture. I don't use fucking 4chan. I have nothing against it, but like they just assume I'm everything they don't like just because I disagree with them.
And the other funny thing is like because I go on 4chan a lot to collect porn, right?
So,
but like, but
that's
like,
Same.
One time,
Right.
when I was
Yeah.
in 7th grade.
but
I went
let
on
me finish.
4chan,
No,
went
let
on
me
the porn
finish. Let me
section,
finish.
and all I found was scat.
Shut up. Okay.
Okay, awkward silence.
Whatnot. Well, 99% of the trap and like trap related threads that I see, it's all positive. No one's
Yeah.
like going, "Oh, traps are horrible. Like trans people are horrible because they're traps." Da, da, da. No, it's all just people enjoying porn. Like it's not like people. It's not. I don't understand where they're getting this perception that like
Well,
everyone just hates
You
trans
see,
people.
you
because of
are a
traps.
bigot for sexualizing them. So
Oh,
there you go.
oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh
You're
yeah.
right,
yeah.
because no one can find them attractive ever.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah, it's super bigoted to. Oh wait.
so, something about
They all have to be
Okay.
Tumblr-eyed
So,
looking. That's the thing.
yeah. Something about Monroe being said to have you're part of 4chan culture. You got to realize they're gonna say anything. Like they'll even say, "What's that one site? Storm something."
Daily
Stormfront.
Oh,
Daily Stormer.
Yeah, something like that. You're a fan. You grew up on that, or they'll say you grew up on fucking Roosh V shit.
The fact that three of us named different sites that exist.
Trust me. It's hard. When you get into this kind of stuff, it's hard not to hear Roosh V's name fucking put out there by somebody. So,
But it's like, yeah, they'll use anything to try and slime you, and it's
I've
just
always
disgusting.
liked one thing. One thing I've always loved to try to troll people with every time I see it is when someone goes, "My headcanon is what I think, so these characters can be LGBTQ." And I was like, "Oh, my headcanon on this trans character means that they're actually straight white males who are Nazis."
Yeah, that's gonna be in response to the Riley Dennis video
Yeah,
that came out, which
I
was
really
just
want someone to
I
just
hate.
like to completely
stop.
Nazify Lily.
All right, let Monroe go because Monroe.
I was just gonna say I hate the fucking way people use headcanon. The point of a headcanon is, I mean, you guys watch the Rags video. He does a great example of.
Yeah.
It's
What
not
was the name of
supposed
that guy
to
who's-
contradict
what's the-
like canon.
Yeah.
yeah. So, what's the name of the guy that Rags was responding to again?
Riley Dennis.
Oh, right.
Hey, Drunk,
It's Riley.
are you like outside or something?
It's stressing me out.
Oh no, I just have a fan on.
Oh
yeah.
well, it's blown into your mic, mate. So you're gonna.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just
Just
really.
turn
I
on
have
push.
no air conditioning in my room.
Fair. It's fair enough. Just something to be in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really sad. Really sad. It's like it's weird because I go from like laughing at them to realizing just how sad it is that they're so desperate and oh man, it's so bad. And then it's like, of course, the idea that you mentioned before, it's like they can't be attractive; they have to look like me as well, right? You know? Like,
I mean that's true. But what I was referencing,
you've got to find me attractive, or else
Yeah.
you're not allowed. You know.
Oh, that
That-
reminds me of the Nino tweet.
yeah, but that's also true. But what I was referencing is how like second like you like trans porn and trap porn, whatever, they'll say you're like fetishizing them, and it's like, so being attracted to you is a bad thing now. Okay, well, what the fuck do you want?
But I guarantee you they have their own collection. So
because you're not allowed to have the male gaze. You see,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Male gaze. If you use your male gaze on something, then they turn to dust and they crumble like a vampire in the sunlight.
It's like
so
Medusa's
you have to.
gaze.
Yeah, they turn to stone, and because that's what it sounds like to me, and it's really sad because they seem to think trans people are like these little porcelain dolls that can't handle even the slightest bit of like criticism or conflict, and they just crumble to dust. And I hate that perception because I know trans people who are strong.
They start
like,
sparkling. They start sparkling like in fucking Twilight.
I love that. I love
It's
that Twitter.
almost if you went through some shit for being trans and you still didn't kill yourself.
It's like like this. Like I know people that are like really, really like strong and like I'm fucking. Like it's inspiring, right? Like how strong they are about it. But these people will go out and they'll be like, "Oh no, if you misgender someone or if you do this or you do that, you're gonna offend them and you're gonna make them go." And it's like, people are not that weak.
Yeah, I know. Not even just that though, but when they try to compare themselves to those kinds of people, they bring up the most trivial shit. Oh, I went through all this and it's so trivial compared to what those people.
Yeah,
like they're fought, like they try to pretend like their dad being a little iffy about them being trans is comparable to some trans guy whose father tried to cut off his dick for threatening to be trans.
Yeah, it's like like they're comparing like, oh, my parents are a bit like they're a bit negative. They don't want to block my puberty and shit to literally getting almost beat to death because of it, because you're in like a really Christian place in the US or something where you probably would get shot, right?
Fucking Mormons or something.
Yeah, and I think that's a thing because like you said, there are a lot of people who are strong or who are just normal people in those groups. But I like my a lot of people call me transphobic, homophobic, but you name it, whatever. But my like community has like normal functioning trans people within it, like a decent amount, because they get sick of those fucking people trying to speak for them.
And that's the thing, like I would say most if not all are just normal people just trying to live their lives. They're not
I agree.
like they don't go around advertising, oh look, I'm trans, look at me, I've got the trans, like those trans. Because it's like the way that I've viewed it and the way that I've experienced it through my own friends that are trans, one of which is an IRL friend that I talk with every so often, is they just want to go about their day just doing their thing, and they just don't want to have to deal with anything. They just they dress the way they want to dress, and they just go out and do it.
Yeah, they just want to be seen as a person.
Muslim countries cough. That just reminds me of Stuffy's comment.
Yeah, they just
like, even if you say that, then the opposition will be like, well, now you're just trying to put them into a box and you won't let them be themselves or express themselves.
You can't win.
We're getting killed for it.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, here's the thing, right? But here's the thing, though, is that I just treat them like a normal person. I just like they're just my friend, and I use the pronouns that they want me to use, and I just be respectful, and I just treat them like a normal human. And now,
and that's good.
And they don't understand that that's just the majority. Like, I reckon that's the majority of what happens is people just treat other people like humans. But when you go around in your like rainbow colored hair and you're wearing all your badges and you've got your giant flag on your back and you're running around like not in like a pride parade setting, but just normal every day. People are not going to treat you like you're normal because you're not acting like you're normal. It's a two-way kind of street, right? You can't. Like, it's almost in the same vein of like you treat if you want respect, you have to treat people with respect, right? Like it's like a two-way.
I'm obviously going to be looking for the bike lock if you dress like that.
And I mean, that's the thing. The minority, the ones screaming the loudest out of those groups, they don't want to be treated normal at the end of the day. They want to be special. Yeah.
Plot, you're in this thing. Come join the fucking thing.
But it's annoying because And it's annoying because those people who are screaming the loudest, they create the public perception of what, like, they're changing, they're doing more to harm their cause than they think, and it's very sad. It's very, very sad.
That exactly, yeah. That's yeah.
Okay, so someone asked. Someone pinged me a question and said, "My question though, wouldn't you guys agree that people like Pedantic, no matter how terrible at the job they do, have good intentions in the end?" I don't think so.
I think in their own
honestly,
heads, maybe, but that's not
if he
really
was
a good
a-
excuse.
I mean, like,
No,
I don't know if
here's
you
the thing.
can
I don't
good
think
intentions
Pedantic
as
doesn't even
forced
believe.
anti-PI agenda.
No. What
Here's
I'm
the-
saying is,
I don't even care about it.
I mean, I don't even think Pedantic believes the things she says.
I think that's a fair point. Now that I think about it.
Like, no, I mean, like,
the problem
for knowing her for a while, I don't think she does at all.
I'm going to be acting good faith because I don't know her.
Okay,
but
well,
she is consistently a bad faith actor, which tells me she doesn't have good intentions.
That's the problem with me, is everything that I've seen, from the Twitter interactions to the YouTube videos that they produce, they all come off as either some form of propaganda, right, or some kind of they're clearly pushing for stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's not. Yeah, it's really hard for me to give the benefit of doubt to someone when it's clear.
When you put it that way, I agree.
When it's clear that it's not just them voicing an opinion and they're trying to convince people of something, it's very hard for me. And it's like I mentioned before, they're at that level of popularity now where you should be really thinking about, like, okay, am I actually saying stuff that's accurate? Because people are going to listen to me and people are going to go, hey, this is fact because X said it. You know,
I'm just waiting for Pedantic to make the expose on video on me.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for one too now.
Oh no! No! Hold on. No.
Double feature.
Quiet, Druck. What I was saying is no.
Sorry.
What I'm saying is because she has been talking to quite a few people on DMs, and one of them has showed me that she's planning on doing an expose video on me.
Oh my god! Really?
On you?
That's gonna be funny.
And I still just
Popcorn
want to see it.
night.
I kind of figure what it's already going to do because I've made jokes on a certain video. Here's the thing, Shonen Ronin. I always mess with him every once in a while. In one of his videos, it said, "If you believe in women's rights, then you should support prostitution." And then I commented, "Well, I don't believe in women's rights, but I do support prostitution."
That's an obvious joke.
That's great.
The thing is, the problem is that these people are taking sex seriously in any sense.
Yes, they're taking everything I say literal and
serious. you have to take stuff out of context. You have to be disingenuous.
It's the only way they have a point.
Oh man, it's just so hilarious to hear.
Yeah, it's nuts, and I'm glad that you're dealing with it well, Moreau, because it can get grinding. I can only imagine.
Fun with it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, these people fucking censor retarded.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just gonna bring me more traction, so I don't really care.
The word retarded is ableist.
They use
now you see,
they use idiot, moron, stupid. All of these date back to the eugenics project, where they were sterilizing fucking slow.
You see, the funny thing is, as somebody who is diagnosed autistic and has proper diagnosis and has a brother who is even worse than me, right? I find
worse
that,
than you.
Oh, yeah,
wait.
Way worse.
That's a big accomplishment there.
But the thing that I hate is these people going around saying, "Oh, you can't use retarded, you can't do this, you can't do that." And I'm sitting here like, no, I don't.
You can't say that. That's racist or ableist, sexist.
I'm like, you're not helping. I'm like, no, you're not helping us. You're not helping us by doing that. It's like, if you actually want to help, like, maybe start advocating for some proper, like, more medical related rights. Don't
Thank you.
someone not saying the word retarded doesn't actually help people that have autism or have mental illness. And I actually work in, like, autistic advocacy and activism in New Zealand, and I'm part of a trust that runs an art event for people that do art that have, you know, disabilities. And it's like, that's the kind of shit that actually helps, is giving them outlets to be able to express themselves and helping to fund that and do stuff. Not, you're saying a word that someone might find slightly offensive. Like, that doesn't help. It doesn't actually do anything.
Even
and it
better.
pisses me off.
It stagnates the word. Where the language evolved, but these words still have all of the hatred attached to them. And that's fucking stupid.
I mean, the word that they
As a
don't want you to
person,
use is almost always arbitrary in why they don't want you to use it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the thing that,
sorry for yelling at this part, but as a person with freaking Asperger's syndrome, a word doesn't really bother me. If someone calls me retarded because I have Asperger's syndrome, I don't give a fuck. That's the thing. Like,
same
if people
here.
want to help people like us, you know, help people with Asperger's syndrome or autism, etc., and so forth, why not actually just try and like what he said, like medical stuff and all that. Try finding.
And not even just
basically, I'm just basically iterating.
and not even just medical stuff, like social stuff, like the event that I ran last year. Like, I helped run it with my aunt and my like her boyfriend and a few others. We ran it as part of a museum, and it was an art exhibition. And like, just because I was running the like I was in there, like, overseeing it a couple of days, and just having people come in and look at the art and ask questions and go, hey, this is really cool. You know, someone made this and they had this disability and stuff
cute,
like that. It's stuff like that, and explaining to people, like, you know, like they can do stuff, right? Like, they can do art, and some of the work was really, really amazing, right?
I mean,
it's a really positive interaction.
So
and then the best one is when you actually get autistic people or you get disabled people that come in and look at it as well, and they realize, you know, hey, I can, I can actually do something. Like, I had someone do that. They came in and they were like, "This is amazing what you're doing. This is, like, really inspiring to me, because I, you know, like, all my life I've been told, hey, I can't do this, I can't do that because I'm this." You know, and then they suddenly see, hey, there's a bunch of people that can do art, because art is one of those universal things.
Something to say is welcome to the chat plot finally.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that Hillary Clinton was voted into office by trans people trying to sell our souls to China. So bye.
Wait, is this
Who let a middle schooler?
Wait, did Plot just leave?
No, Plot's making a freaking Alex Jones reference. Oh, now he left.
Obama was voted into office by trans people trying to sell ourselves to China.
Look,
I don't want to put chemicals in the water to turn the freaking frog gay.
Oh, man, I love that freaking frog.
At the end of the day, I think we can all agree. Thanks, Obama.
Obamacare.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, it gave us that wonderful
Obamacare doesn't work.
But yeah, I envy the special needs people, because, you know, and it was from the Gundam video. I don't know if you guys watch It's a Gundam, but he was like, I was at the Special Olympics, and he said, all these special needs people, they're out here having the time of their lives, and here we are worrying about if we're gonna fucking wake up the next morning.
Yeah, like that. Like,
I envy them, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Now that you say that,
that's the stuff that actually helps, the stuff that actually makes them feel better, right? And banning a word is not going to make, because most of them aren't even going to know. They don't care.
Yeah, they know. They either don't know or don't care.
I'm gonna fucking go out on a long stretch and say that 99.9% of the people trying to ban the word retarded and trying to ban all these other words are not even actually probably disabled. They're probably
I
people
agree.
that they're probably
I don't know
people.
about that one, Chief.
Well, I mean, you know,
99 stretch, but the
Look,
point you're making is
100%
Yeah.
chance
yeah.
they are disabled.
I no. Okay, now I agree with
Shit.
Stuffy. There's a 100% chance that they're disabled.
but that's the thing, right?
That's
It's
just
like
in a completely different way.
they're these woke allies
Shit.
that think that they can speak on behalf of people, and I've had to scream at people on Twitter about this a few times. There was this one verified checkmark game journo who was going on about it was something about Doom, and he was like, don't use the word crazy and insane to describe Doom because it's offensive to and I was like, motherfucker, you don't fucking speak for me, fuck off.
Yeah.
Because that's my reaction when I see it. I'm like, no, dude, look, you don't speak for us. You only speak for yourself. Stop trying to fucking, be an ally. We don't need you. Go away.
Yeah, we
I'll have you know, I am the Lorax and I speak for the trees.
Okay.
See, I was gonna make that joke, but I thought it was too low hanging. So someone
We already talked about low hanging fruit already. And
Yeah, we talked
Pedantic
about
is
slow
literally
hanging
not
for
that.
about an hour.
But to circle back around, yeah, Pedantic's retarded. Okay.
Next
I
news.
like what you did.
I mean, with what you said with the art thing, you know how like it's inspiration and all that. Look at the video I made, and shit, fucking hell, damn it.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. It's all good.
Okay, I made it
Yeah.
to the end of this shit. There really isn't a lot that's worth
Reading.
doing
But yeah,
anything about.
I think if these people really wanted to, help trans and whatnot, they just need to treat them like normal people and stop this idea of
Thank
This-
you.
Not normal.
They need-
and just stop this idea that they have to be special snowflakes that need to be protected. Just stop that.
Stop putting people on pedestals.
Stop.
basically.
Like basically just
interacting
stop
with humans.
making.
Oh, sorry, there's one
Become a
person who
cyborg.
put something interesting. Like, the only interesting stuff is the dissent. Because otherwise it's a circle jerk.
Mhm.
They need to stop liking black.
If you're
No,
If
what's wrong
you're-
with circle
Oh,
jerk?
sorry, what's the female version of a circle jerk? Like a circle flick or circle slick?
Oh my god.
It's impossible.
Make
It's,
one.
it's physically
Make it.
impossible because all you can do is scissor. So it's like a mass scissoring session.
Hey,
No,
everyone,
we
I
can
linked
get, like,
Ron's
a
video
circle.
inside the chat.
I mean, you can make the turn.
I don't think I've ever seen any video on AnyTube with better editing
Here.
than that.
This is in reference to Pedantic Romantic.
What happened? I just got here like yesterday, so I don't know what's going on.
We're
Yesterday shit happened.
just talking about bullshit.
I keep
It's
missing
pretty
it.
much
wants
sums
to
it
read
up,
it?
really. Literally all the... Oh god, fuck the grammar.
All they.
It's triggering my dyslexia. Literally all the do this attack. Literally all the do is attack people on their channel. You separated points 2, 3, and 4 as if they're separate, despite them all being point 2. That I use they because in the fucking English language, you can use they after a person has already been defined. I'm sorry, radical transgenders have destroyed the meaning of our language so much for you that you have forgot that. That was kind of what I was getting at when I was getting attacked by that one dude. I was like, I used the word lay because I thought it was grammatically correct, not because I was thinking about fucking pronoun. I wasn't even thinking about
Hold on.
Did you guys look at the gamer?
And this is for reference. No, I stay the fuck away from anything involving.
Pedantic is actually an extremely bigoted person.
Spicy.
Somebody says how. Then who has openly said that traps are the entire reason they identify as trans?
when.
That's what? Hold on. Somebody.
Did Pedantic actually say that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
If Pedantic actually said that, that's the
I'm pretty
dumbest
sure
thing
this
I've
is
ever
a.
heard.
Okay.
Well, hang on. We're gonna need citation on that for a start. Like,
Yeah, I would
I
definitely
would
want
trust
fucking
that, but-
citation
Hold
on
on,
that.
hold on. Let's.
I
finish
want
this because
that to be real.
Like, is this
Okay,
like,
anyway.
like a joke?
They are an attention-seeking core. Oh my god! This gets worse the
No.
lower you go.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
how the internet
that one's accurate.
Fair enough.
I mean, that is 100% accurate, but
I'm realizing how
okay,
much of
so
this
let's
I'm
see.
having to clip just for everything to make sense.
oh, I see.
okay,
This is
okay.
one long comment of what people say, how they respond.
Yeah.
Oh, my mistake.
Basically, the first comment says there's a reason they are almost universally hated outside of their tiny little group of friends.
All right.
Then the response is everyone who doesn't like her doesn't.
Hello?
The comment before it.
The thing is, once you insult a critic or something like that, your points are like very like not good. Once you
No,
insult a
your points
critic,
are still the same. The insults just don't add
What?
anything to the argument.
yeah.
Like there's a difference between insult and ad hominem. Ad hominem is trying to disprove their argument.
Yeah,
through
not like disproving
just-
their argument, like actually insulting them, like
Jesus Christ.
saying, "Oh,
I don't
if
think it
you-
affects anything personally.
Oh,
It's just a jab.
correction.
I don't know.
Pedantic
That's just what I
attacks
think.
Dimitri Monroe, then gets
That's me.
completely shut down by hundreds of cis and trans people. Please
And right-
do not lie about what happened in
Oh.
hopes of actually creating a dog pile. It is quite disgusting. Pedantic is actually an extremely bigoted person who has openly said that traps are the entire reason they identify as transgender. They are an attention-seeking whore who do this shit for notoriety and make trans community
It makes
very
that
bad.
community very bad.
There is a reason they are almost universally hated outside their tiny little group of friends.
Yeah.
See, there's some truth in there, but I think there will need to be citation on that traps comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with
Yeah,
that. I want
I've
that
seen
I think
literally
the
because
important
that's
thing
hilarious.
is though.
No, I mean, I've literally seen every single video on Pedantic, and I have not heard this thing.
I mean, it might be a Twitter thing or
yeah.
something.
I think the
honestly.
important thing is though, this
Maybe.
person attacks the final bit, which is just insulting to Pedantic, instead of attacking the actual point this person makes.
Yeah,
Where
because
Yeah,
the point
the
I agree.
attack,
Also, any reason you use they instead of she? Do you only acknowledge a person's gender if you like them, or are you just
But
not
Pedantic,
familiar enough with her to know her profile?
well, that's the thing. It's like it's like this whole language nonsense. It's like I use they a lot, mostly because one, it's easier to just say they if you don't know.
I mean,
Because
yeah,
on the
also
internet-
because you're a regular person, because that's just regular
And-
internet etiquette.
No. Let me finish. Because
Okay.
on the internet, 9 times out of 10, you don't actually know what someone's gender is, right?
No,
Like if you're
no, here's the thing: 10 times out of 10, they're a man.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
There
fair.
are women on the internet. Remember?
yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's true, but I'm just saying, like,
Gamer girls
How
are a myth.
That's
Yeah.
right. I need to see those feet. Give me those gamer girls.
but like, I just use they almost naturally a lot. So it's kind of like, it's just kind of like, I don't like if you're coming after me for actually doing what you want me to do. It's like it's never fucking good enough, is it? Like,
Okay,
it's just
people forget why the rules of the internet exist. People don't say there are no girls on the internet because there's no girls on the internet. They say there's no girls on the internet because they should never know whether you are a guy or a girl, because none of that matters. The argument you present is what matters.
exactly.
The moment you present yourself as
There we
I'm a
go.
female, that is you trying to win over the argument and whatchamacallit. It's not like victim points, but off the top of my head, for some reason I can't think of the word. But yeah, you're trying to persuade.
get preferential treatment.
Preferential treatment. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
That is why that rule exists.
Which is why the rule immediately after is tits or get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Special treatment. You
That's
have
an
to-
amazing rule.
You know where I
Um,
first, where I first heard that.
how-
I first heard that rule watching a I first heard that rule watching a bunch of Ray William Johnson's older videos. Went back when.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that
who
takes
doesn't
me
like
back,
our?
eh?
Who doesn't like the famous Ray William Johnson quote? Where he kisses a black baby and.
She spikes
And he throws a bunch of babies at the wall. Like, it's like,
Oh man. Man, remember when the internet was a simpler time?
yeah, no,
Remember when-
no. Remember when Ray William Johnson was like, people have been complaining that I've been throwing too many black babies, so let's throw an Asian baby instead.
Like, I remember when the internet was just this fun place where people would crack jokes and troll each other, and now it's become this, like, for realsy bullshit where people are having their lives ruined because of shit they said, like, 10 years ago, and all this other stupid stuff.
I hate that.
So
Just because you say something stupid in the past doesn't mean you should be credited, you know.
Well, that's the world that we live in now, unfortunately, where people want to dig up your past or try to find some kind of like hidden layer of you because it's not exposed to the rest of the world.
And when they find when they can't find anything really extreme, they go for the most subjective of shit. You know, it's like
that or they'll dox you. It's one or the other, really.
Yeah, well,
I almost like the docs.
Let's hope that whoever tries to show up at their house doesn't walk away in a body bag.
Let's hope Ononotaki doesn't get doxed by.
So my girlfriend actually knows where that quote came from, or she said she can't remember the video, but she said Pedantic was talking about like in her headspace or whatever because she considered these characters are trans, the trap characters that they inspired her. And if you think about it, that's probably one of the reasons she lies about it because it would be problematic if she was like, I was inspired to transition from this femboy.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
I do remember. There was that one person on Twitter that got so peeved at Pedantic because Pedantic was pretty much saying like femboys don't exist, they're just transgenders waiting to happen or something.
Oh god, I've dealt with that quite a bit.
Oh yeah, this idea of the eggs.
Oh my god! Wait,
I didn't know Pedantic was a
haven't you done like
color.
3 videos on that?
No.
Haven't you done like 3 videos on
I wouldn't
the
say
subject of femboys don't exist?
I wouldn't say I've done videos. I've like mentioned it in 2 probably. This one and the LGBT one.
Yeah, that was a good video too, by the way. The LGBT one.
One of the
Summed up my thoughts pretty well as well. Like I think I agreed with you pretty much on everything in that video.
Blushes.
Yeah,
blushes. You're gonna die from praise. It's gonna murder you with praise.
Your nose XD.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
like if Pedantic has done that, I'd say that's bad, pretty bad. Whatchamacallit? I just don't know if that actually 100% happened because I was like, I don't remember Pedantic saying it just like that, but at the same time, I'm sure someone
can believe it.
Take it.
I can believe it. And here's the thing, right?
It does make sense from her perspective, quotation marks, you know.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If femboys and traps were what made Pedantic trans, then isn't she technically trying to get rid of the avenue that would create more trans people for her to be like wouldn't that isn't that counterproductive? Like from the perspective of the perspective of they want more trans people to be around, right? Like, wouldn't it be detrimental to get rid of this thing that supposedly inspired them, right? Like, it seems a little bit weird.
Redsley, you're making a huge mistake. You're using logic.
I know.
Did you see the
I use that too
Gamer
much.
Gotsy link? And like people are saying that, and I'm like, what's the Gamer Gotsy?
Well, it's Gamer Gotsy, so it's
you should never care what Gamer Gotsy says.
If someone has a link to it, then put it in the chat or something.
Who the hell is Gamer Gotsy?
Gamer Gotsy, I think, is a subreddit, which is like an anti-Gamergate thing. I think I know something like that.
I got posted there.
What? I forgot what Gamergate is.
If someone has that, ping it to me in the Discord. So I
Something
can see,
that went from having watch PSA Sitch's video on Gamergate.
If you're looking for the thread about this, it's literally the same thread as this one. Like they just copy pasted it. I mean, there's different responses, but
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's probably not worth it. It's probably mostly the same kind
I
of
would at
response.
least like to
It's
take a
literally the
small
same,
look.
but more boring.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right then.
because it's gamer gutsy. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally a movement that somehow just, is still kicking, but, it's been dead for like 2 years.
Are you guys excited for Gamergate Season 7?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Season 7. Gonna be
Yeah,
good.
I can't wait for Gamergate 7.
It's been
Did you-
dead.
Who can't wait for Gamergate number 8?
Did you know that
Oh my
Gamergate
God, I
caused
carried
the
that?
crush shooting? Like fuck.
Shit.
I can't
Dude,
believe
oh my
that.
God.
I can't believe that.
What?
The amount of dots you have to connect to try and blame the crush shoot shooting on
But I mean,
Gamergate.
here's the
I
thing.
physically can't fathom that shit.
Everyone that is against Anigate that's been happening and whatnot, just look at
What the
all...
hell's... Oh, yeah, the Antigate.
Oh
That's
god,
never
please
funny.
stop saying Antigate. That
It's not Anigate. It's the fucking Weeb
Weeb
Wars.
Wars,
Get
yeah,
it right.
exactly.
Fine.
Mm.
Fuck y'all.
I
Y'all
really don't want that either because
No, okay.
there's just
Let
no
me finish.
momentum for it.
Or one, fuck y'all. Y'all are taking away weeb culture away because we put Annie in front of everything. We have Annie
Shut
Book,
up.
Annie Twitter, Annie Tube, Annie
Nah.
memes, Annie Reddit.
Whatever.
We have
Then it's
literally
Weebgate
everything.
then or some shit. Call it that.
Weeb Wars.
Yeah, but see, this
I
is
thought,
going to
there
be
were people
the
talking
next
about
front of
Annie too.
Gamergate, so it's going to be cringy as fuck.
Yeah, it's
What's the
going to be.
cringiest thing in anime? Yeah.
Anime YouTubers.
Okay, now here's the
They
thing. What I was
perpetuate
saying is, like me, I don't care whether that happens or not. But the one thing I see is
Oh,
everyone
that's
who's
scary.
starchly against it, like the people that are really against it, always saying it should never happen.
Pummeling me.
I love how I say we. I love how we say
all the-
Weeb Wars. Sorry, I love how we say Weeb Wars in the chat. It's just like hashtag Weeb Wars. Hashtag.
Weeb Wars.
No, I mean, okay, back to what I was saying. Everyone that's against it is Subtitle Anime, Under the Scope, Pedantic Romantic, Zaria, Mother's Basement, and whatchamacallit, someone else whose name is escaping me at the moment. Nino. It's all the people that are all, decently far left. Most of them are communist. And
Communist. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Isn't that fascinating?
I've talked with. I mean, Mother's Basement's nice.
They want to be strong coal miners when they grow up.
Well, this is the thing. Like, they only believe in communism until they're not getting any Crunchyroll checks.
Oh
Okay?
shoot! Did we bring up that I finally got blocked by?
I like
Oh,
Crunchyroll.
yeah, I laughed. I laughed at you.
Do you want me
Would
to
you-
just archive all of Mother's Basement's tweets for you now?
Yeah, I guess
Like-
so.
Plot, what's it called? You got blocked and you haven't even made any jokes or references to Mother's Basement in a month or two.
Oh yeah, I
Just
got.
got blocked out of nowhere.
I've been off.
I'm surprised
I've
I
been
haven't
off the
been
grid
yet
for
by
like
Mother's
3
Basement.
months, and it's
I have.
what?
Well, I got blocked by Mother's Basement just for replying to Necro.
Yeah, like
Dude,
I've done way more.
Fucking,
and
I
just-
almost got
Oh shit, I might be blocked by Mother's Basement now then.
the thing, right? I replied.
Wait.
Well, here's the thing, right? Let me explain. I replied to Necro during the whole ER thing, and that got me blocked. But a few days before that, I had the massive rant to Mother's Basement about
Someone's calling
Shield
me.
Hero.
I have to
Alright.
go down, so I'll be back.
Alright.
Catches. But I had made a massive rant on Twitter, specifically directed at Mother's Basement, quote tweeting him and atting him about his shit take about Shield Hero being it being he was basically victim blaming Shield Hero for getting Me Too'd.
Yeah.
And I made this massive rant, and I was really angry and really aggressive in it. And I am amazed that is not what got me blocked. It was just replying to Necro with a holy shit, this is funny.
I mean,
lol.
here's
Well,
the
that's
That was
good.
all I
He knows me
Necro's
by
a
name.
bigot, so.
Yeah, he knows me by name. He does not like me whatsoever.
Yeah, I know. I
Mother's
remember.
Basement?
Am I not banned by
Here's the thing. I
blocked by
remember
him
I
yet?
found Necro's someone asked about Necro, and it's buried down in his comments, and then Mother's Basement gave his thoughts on Necro in the comments, but without addressing
Really?
a single point.
Oh, that sounds like him.
Because
Yeah,
here's the
he
thing,
was-
I know
Oh, Necro, you're in the call?
He doesn't ever
Mother's
want to give
Basement?
anybody the.
He's here. He's
like,
just
that's
making
why.
noises.
Mother's Basement also knows me by name, but he's never referred to me ever because he refuses to argue any time I have a disagreement with him. And
Well-
or if I ever prove him wrong on anything, he just completely ignores me. And now he's blocked.
Well, that's because I specifically remember when I said something to him, he made a statement, like obviously referring to me, that he doesn't respond to anyone smaller than them because he doesn't want to give them attention. But really, he doesn't want them to like, have a sort of
Is that why he doesn't
platform.
want to respond to me?
Probably.
Aw.
Wow. Okay, so hang on a minute. So he won't respond to anyone on him. Yet he will post that dude's artwork with ER
I'll
to
tell
like
you this.
thousands
yeah.
of millions of
Hold
people.
on. Put that on break so no one can see me go.
I
through
just
this.
got a
Well, at
legendary
that point, it's
spirit.
probably because he doesn't want
Tell
people
you.
to see their response as weight. He can virtue signal with the ER thing and have nothing to worry about.
Hmm.
Well, the whole thing was he lost unanimously, like at every single point he had in that whole ER debacle.
Like, I keep
Oh my
bringing
God.
this up, and after
Well,
I started
he
bringing
just like
that up,
that
he blocked
Monica
me.
Rial tweet where she
I'll
announces
respect-
that she's breaching her contract.
I'll respectfully debate anyone on anything but this and vaccine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's a special one. That one.
So, aside
What
from
is
vaccine, what was the other thing he wouldn't
I don't
debate
remember,
anyone
but
about?
I do remember
See, here's
me and Plum.
I remember-
in so many contradictions. It's actually mind-boggling how often he contradicts himself.
well, it's like because here's the thing. Like I could have sworn, like way back when he was getting started, he had brought up like Shield Hero as a manga and said that he liked it like way back when.
Nope.
Probably.
That was
That's the
Digi.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It was Digi.
That's
Yeah, I
character
know what
development.
podcast
Not
it
good
was.
character development.
That was in a
Oh, yeah,
Wecast.
Di- oh,
It was
yeah,
Digi
yeah,
that
yeah.
said it, not
Yeah.
His Basement. I went
Digi
back and
and-
watched it just in
yeah,
case because
yeah.
I thought so as well.
Did you find it?
No,
Say
I
what?
never
Was
found
it-
it, so it must.
Was it the
just
one
been-
with?
I don't know how almost
Wasn't that
all
the
of us
recast
thought
with
Mother's Basement
Digi?
did. Yet if we go back, none of us. What the
Whoever
fuck?
keeps yawning,
Okay,
please
back to what I was
stop.
saying. I don't
I'm
know
just
how
getting
all of
tired.
us thought Mother's Basement has, but when I went back and looked at it, I don't see a single line about it.
Right. Okay.
Maybe I think I might be confusing it with maybe it's like here and now, then and there or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe there's another one that we don't know about, but the one.
Well, I remember when he was doing his Goblin Slayer takes, and he went back and read.
Jesus.
He did his Goblin Slayer takes, and then he went and read the fucking like books,
Oh
and then
my-
he came back and he was like, "Oh, actually, Goblin Slayer is pretty good," but the book like, and he's like,
Oh my god.
I still like how.
but the funniest part is the books and the manga specifically was more graphic
Yeah,
in the
no,
rate.
it shows
than
it
the
in way
fucking-
more detail.
Yeah.
And I'm like-
I made a video.
I'm probably gonna get going. I'm a little tired right now.
Alright, see you,
Uh,
man. Make your
Bye.
outro.
Catch you later.
Like,
My name's ChandlerMakesVidaya. I'm doing game analysis videos on YouTube, and I'm also developing games of my own. You can follow me on
Cool.
Twitter at ChandlerVidaya, whatever.
All
Nice, good
see
on you, mate.
man.
Bye.
Hey, man.
But yeah, no, it's
All right,
it's
since he-
it's
all right,
Mother's Basement is the guy that will, because he's done this multiple times where he'll watch a first episode on something that's popular, then he'll just pump out like a hot take that's clearly a hot take and meant to get people to react, and then maybe like a day or two later or even directly after, he'll start to backtrack from that point because he realizes that making a reaction based on the first episode is usually not a smart move.
Yeah, that
Because
is
shit-
not a smart move.
I mean, I think he knows that. It's just literally all money with Jeff, so I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
why.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean-
Exactly. He's doing it because it gets him engagement on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I think that's why I think that's why I think so many YouTubers need to just go from quality over quantity, in my opinion. Because
They
like,
won't. You're asking the impossible. For Jay.
Literally, this is the thing about
That sounds
anime
like they just need to
YouTubers. They're
watch
not
more
good
of Grim
people.
Gone, so that they could do the impossible.
Normally have ended up as these anime YouTubers.
wait, sorry. Let's
Never had any.
One at a time.
Let's say the thing to keep in mind about people that wind up as YouTubers never had any like life prospect outside of this ever.
I have.
Yeah.
I said most. All right, it was a few people.
yeah, out of the big ones, I think Giguk's the only one that had prospects. And that's
And
because he has a master's in electrical engineering.
I love
And
that.
it shows though. That's the funniest thing. And it's super like you're like, oh, that makes sense.
And speaking of which, you guys been seeing what been up to? He's been doing those animation streams, and he
Yeah.
Holden.
Wait,
Holden.
who?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Holden?
Yeah.
No, the
Open this
problem
link on
is
stream
he's
for
actually
me.
probably making more money doing those streams than he would, working for an animation studio.
Like the what? Oh, this pin tweet.
No. Hang on, I'll go.
Open because they were worried I was gonna see it, so I thought it'd be better if I showed it on a podcast.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
I thought I was experiencing.
Oh no,
transphobia.
this person has an opinion. Oh.
Hey, honey, I have this person
Oh my
explain
God,
why I'm
sis,
not.
white smell.
My favorite thing is just the fucking. I'm like,
It's also
The best.
dumb because even by these people's
my thing is,
definition,
like,
Alright,
It's
stop,
not even-
guys, one at a time. No, guys, let them all go, one at a time.
I was just saying it's
why
dumb
should-
because these people always oh, well, this person doesn't experience this or that. But clearly this video is about how it has to do with me as well, like the whole trap shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's not, you can't even pull the, oh, well, he's never experienced this.
I know. It's
Oh,
like,
but you're a cis person, so you're
Yeah.
lower than scum. So you're not allowed. You're not allowed to have your own world experiences because every cis person has
Oh,
the
wait,
exact
so-
same experiences as every other cis person.
no, wait.
Sorry, I
then
forgot my
what's their
place.
No, but wait, what's their excuse when I talk about it then?
Yeah, yeah.
They'll say you have internalized something, don't worry.
yeah, internalized.
What does it even mean? What?
And I hate. Can I just
It
say?
means that they are
hate.
sexist because everyone has to conform to what they feel is the idealized person.
Yeah. Well, can I just say I absolutely hate the word cis. It actively rustles my jimmies when people use it because they use it as an insult.
it really
They
Mondays
use it-
like Garfield's.
Yeah, because they use it as an insult. Like they don't use it because I've talked with people about it, and a lot of the time, some of them will go and they'll try and backtrack, and they'll go, "Oh no, I'm just using it because it's accurate, because it's a scientific term, or blah 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 blah."
It's a
And I'm like,
slur.
no, it's a slur.
It's
You're using it
unironically
as
a
a slur. Yeah, you are using that word to insult people who are not like you, and you're using it exactly the same way that you're accusing people of using trap as. And I'm like, dude, can you not? Can you? I hate that shit. It's the double standards that get me, and the lack of consistency.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind.
In general, why should your gender really matter to you as a person? If you're an asshole, it doesn't matter if you're a woman or not, or trans. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
That's my stance.
What's that copy paste?
Hang on,
what's that copy paste reply that I keep seeing? It's people don't hate you because you're trans, they hate you because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I was just
that's
saying.
the thing I get
saying,
from
dude,
all
like,
of these people is they're assholes who never learned to. They didn't learn either how to fight or how to be funny.
I mean, to
Because
be
you
fair,
have three ways of getting out of shit when you're an asshole.
I'm shit at fights, but actually funny.
I mean, to be
I mean,
fair,
I've always been taught that it doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter if you're like a man or woman. You're gay. You're trans. You're straight. If you're a jerk, or if you're nice, or if you're a jerk, you're an asshole. That's the thing. It doesn't matter what gender you are or what kind of race you are. If you're an asshole, you're a fucking asshole. So just quit it. And whenever someone just says something like, "Oh, it's the cis white male," it's like, isn't the whole point of feminism, that these people, these women, want to be equal to men and not
No, that is not the point of
not
feminism.
better? I mean, that's that's what I think of feminism.
Sorry for
That's
getting
the fact.
quiet, but remember what I was saying earlier about oh, you're attracted to a trans woman, so that's offensive in some way. I get this a lot. I'm going through the comments, and then there's some fucking God, I don't want to get quoted. There's some bad person, and they're like, "Oh, he's a chaser," and it's like, "Excuse me for dating a trans woman." I don't give a shit that she's
That's the thing
trans.
is they call you
what
a
the
chaser, but if you don't find them attractive, then you're misogynistic. So
Yeah.
it's really just a double
Yeah.
standard. People are
Again,
fucking
it's you come to find out it's all double standards, it's all contradictions, it's all lack of consistency, and it drives you insane. Trying to like you have to untangle the Christmas wire of these people's minds to understand what they're on about.
The Christmas wire. I
Crazy.
haven't heard that one before.
Well, I mean Christmas lights, but just
Hey,
you know what I mean.
Well, I knew that. I still have not quite forgotten that.
Christmas wire. I've invented a new thing. I've invented
Christmas
Christmas wire. it's barbed wire with like tinsel
Wait.
wrapped around it. It's called
Is
Christmas
that what
wire.
you use when in the holidays when the suicide rates skyrocket?
God damn
Yeah,
it.
the Christmas wire.
Can't afford Christmas this year.
Oh no.
I was a little short on my Christmas funds.
Oh no.
God damn it. Alright.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's just
Is there
But that's just my thoughts.
Hey Monroe, is there anything else
I'm more of a
you
people
have to say on
person.
this topic? Is there something like a part that we didn't show that you wanted to show or something?
I think I got everything
Are we
out.
about to end it?
What?
But yeah, so you're about to end
Are we
it.
about to end the
You
podcast?
got
No, I
everything
was
out.
just asking because we're probably getting decently far off the topic.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
a
we've been
little
on this
bit.
topic for a long time.
well,
Um,
it tends to
that's a-
happen when you have these long
Yeah,
conversations.
yeah.
with
yeah, no,
lots of
I mean
people.
it's fine. I'm not complaining at all.
I don't mind that we're off topic. It's just that
Yeah,
I
same.
wanted to at least make sure you got everything you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, you said everything you wanted to say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've been over everything. I mean, this was just another example of something happening, so I wanted to show it. It's just, I don't know. Right now, I'm just clearly frustrated at what's happening. It's like, I don't know. I just hate this fucking. Oh no, they're cis. They can't have an opinion on this. Like, if I suddenly was like, okay, I'm a girl now, does my video suddenly have weight to them?
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
it's fucking annoying.
At that
really
point, how
weird.
are they allowed to have an opinion on what the issues cis men go through?
I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Drastic
matter what gender
increase
you
to
are.
cry to the
To me,
chances of being attacked.
I mean, with the topic, I don't really understand the whole situation with the whole pedantic romantic thing and all that. But to me, it's like, no matter what gender you are or something like that, if you make a good point, make a good point. No matter if you're
100%.
trans or
Yeah.
you're, that's just
And
my
that's-
whole stand.
And that should be how it is. You shouldn't like dismiss. Like I had a situation in a server I was where I linked what's his name, Nick what's his name from he did the thread about the New Zealand thing, right? The reporter dude on Twitter, and I linked his article in a chat, and someone was like, "Alt-right dog whistles, defending alt-right sites," and he like listed a whole bunch of bullshit, and I'm just like, why are you dismissing this guy's really factual, really well articulated article just because it's a giant wall of text and he is talking about like shit from a perspective you don't like? Because that's the thing. I'm not gonna. I've been trying my best to I used to be way more extreme in my views in terms of anti SJW, but I've been trying to deprogram myself to be a bit more open and actually try and understand where these people are coming from. And I found that by doing that and having a better understanding of, okay, so this is the issue that they say that they have and what they're facing, it gives me a way better general idea of, okay, how do you counter this argument? How do you, like, what are the facts behind this argument? What are they saying? And it's actually helped formulate my opinions on things way better than being insulated in this bubble of I'm not going to even take in information.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is going on?
Yeah,
Did you
someone's
just turn
mic's,
into a robot?
Someone's like Mike just freak.
yeah, someone's mic's fucking freaking out. It's not me.
That
though.
sounded like
Someone.
a freaking giant fucking cat just like screeched right into
I
the thing.
feel like I hear a video game, actually. I'm not sure if someone's...
Necro's playing Apex.
Oh.
Uh,
Play a
no,
better
no,
game.
Like we need
I
to
think
be
it's- I
careful.
think
He's
it's-
on Twitch right. He's streaming on Twitch right now.
Nah, I think it's
Oh,
Dork.
done.
I
He
think
probably
Dork. I think it's your
doesn't
mic.
have us to be able to be heard. He does that all the time.
You're Dimitri.
Oh man, he just deafened himself.
Huh? What?
No,
thought
I
he
don't
muted
think.
himself.
I don't think it's Necro. I think it's Dork. I think it's you, mate. I think you gotta stop doing whatever you're doing with your mic.
Just turn on push to talk.
Man,
Yeah.
that's what I do. But as I was saying, like my main point is just that I think that you shouldn't just reject information because it comes from someone you disagree with. You have to try.
Yeah.
At least it's hard. I will admit it's really hard to watch something you know you're going to disagree with, and know you're probably going to want to reject. But you just got to try. You just got to try because it gives you.
I agree.
It gives you better understanding.
And like with my last video, people keep pointing to like, oh, he quoted Blair White or whatever, but I also quote ContraPoints in that video. Like clearly, I don't give a shit about someone's political leanings if I think they make a good point somewhere.
And isn't Blair White trans?
Blair White's trans, yes.
Blair White is trans.
But you see, she has internalized transphobia and is a bigot. So.
Oh shit.
You know what? I kind of give up.
And the thing is like with ContraPoints, like, I don't agree with Contra on a lot of things. I keep hearing that their video is really good about it. It's like that's the thing, right? Is sometimes even if it's someone you disagree with, they can still make valid points.
There we go.
Right?
I thought this picture was very.
Oh yeah, that picture. Is...
There you go. That's a good picture.
I saw people using this recently in terms of Mother's Basement.
Heartbreaking. The loose person, just made a great point, and that's true. And sometimes you just got to accept that, You just got to accept it.
I accept that I constantly make great points.
Yeah.
I am the worst person.
Really tooting your own horn. You're just tooting your own horn there, man.
Yeah. Oh. I still love this one though. After a long period of reflection, I have decided that I was right yet again.
Hey.
Oh man, great.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I have 994 subscribers.
Yay! Good on you,
dude. I'm almost at 1,000. Oh shit!
Congratulations!
Oh
man.
shit! Oh shit! Oh fuck!
I love the feeling of happiness that comes from this. It's great.
Dude, oh my god. I've been meaning, dude, that Comey song video, dude, that really helped me, dude. Oh
yeah, I think you linked it before. I added it to my watch later. I'll watch it after the stream.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's literally the best edited video I've seen on AnyTube.
Yeah.
So are you gonna finally include then?
You cut off.
Huh?
Are you gonna finally include him on the AnyTuber list then?
Dude, no one should actually want to be on that list.
I was gonna say, for the record, if you ever put me on that list, I will be offended. I don't care what category I'm in.
How I put you on the category of not an AnyTuber?
That is a fine category.
You mean that's the same category as ER then?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not
dude,
the S
actually,
tier,
I actually really enjoy ER's Death Note series.
Oh yeah,
I think it was really good.
Yeah, makes some good stuff. Yeah,
He's
definitely not an actual Nazi. Definitely not.
No, he's not. You could tell whenever he's making Nazi jokes that he was just joking around. Even I could tell. Even I could tell that he was joking around.
I mean, this is
and
the
like,
updated list. I don't know if I put my break to match the updated, but this is the updated one.
Oh man,
motherfucker! I keep telling you, put Mr. Anime in the anime villains list.
Oh my god! I just saw like a fucking video on Mr. Anime.
Yes, I saw in my recommendations, and I was
there
like, do I really need a video on this? I've already know everything about him.
I know.
Yeah. I fucking was on YouTube when that all that broke down.
Really? You were on whenever Mr. Anime just killed a bunch?
I was watching AnyTube and watching all their well, not Mr. Anime's content specifically, but I remember what happened all around that time. And after I heard about the controversy, I went and saw all of his videos, and then I went and just did a lot of stuff. Like around that time, I was somewhat.
Okay, Doc.
I know for a fact I had already seen some of his videos before.
Hold on. What's going on now?
Doc, you gotta do something with your mic, mate, because this
Yeah.
is getting intense.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
It sounds
It's
like
you.
you're having an intense game of like Fortnite or Apex Legends or some shit.
I'm playing Smash Bros.
Yeah, we can hear
We
it
can
all
hear
through,
it.
like
We can hear every button.
Yeah.
all really bad. Just try and just fix that.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It happens. I remember the times when I was on GT Kids, like a really cheap ass $2 one. Like, good times.
Yeah.
Back,
I have a
back in
good
the-
mic. I'm using my phone, that's why.
It's just the good old Skype days.
All right. Should we just start doing the questions if we're ending it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're getting close to the
Yeah.
end now.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's start answering questions from the last thing. The freaking chat. It said, "Is it gay to touch your own pee-pee?"
Yes, it is
Oh,
extremely
God.
good to touch your own pee-pee.
I mean, I
There's
guess I'm gay
nothing-
right now.
Yeah.
We're gay. That's also
And look,
gay.
and look,
To do
and just
that,
remember,
you have
just
to be
remember.
gay.
If you have a PP, you gotta watch out for that ara, right? You don't want to hear that in a hall. Don't want to hear that in the
I'm gonna make a
hallway.
video
I want to hear it.
proving
Nara.
that yanderes are the best dere and tsunderes are trash. In
Yeah,
fact,
the
I'm
best
going
thing
to
I've
make
heard.
a scale.
Fucking fight me!
And I'm going to make a scale on deres that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
A scale that makes sense. Okay.
No, it won't make sense because you've already said you think Cinderes are trash. And they're obviously best dere.
No,
All
like,
right, so what's
you're there.
like even if
I mean,
you mean
Mhm.
even if
the
you think
facts
it's
don't
trash
lie.
or good, this scale has no meaning on good or bad. But it's going to be like a scale, like between.
Why is
Here's the
Lolly?
thing: between tsunderes and deres is a yandere. You
Right.
Shit, I don't
wait-
know if you crazy diamond.
No, Yandere is way off on that.
All right.
one.
No,
so
I mean,
so
it's-
what's our?
Why is
between
Lolly
as in, like, a
Connie?
combination.
Anunataku.
Watch, I'll show you what I
Anunataku.
mean later.
Oh, okay, one at a time, please. God
No,
fucking damn it.
everyone at once.
Sorry.
Okay.
Why is Anunataku?
What?
Why is the Lolly Conics on D?
Because I usually don't whatchamacallit. It's like I think I did unfairly judge the meme channels a long time ago, and I just haven't moved them.
Right. All right. So let's get to the first question you posted. So we've got Mother's Basement proving how fucking retarded he is as usual.
This is
Yep.
that's just accurate, but I wanted to put it there just because.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not a question. That's a statement of fact.
Wait.
I got pissed at this just because Joseph Stalin wants 20 million subs, got his account deleted for hate speech. I forgot to say that. He's
Sorry,
one of my
guys, have
fans,
Was it
like-
because you brought up the KDA of Joseph Stalin?
All right.
Yeah, his account is Joseph Stalin wants 20 million subs. It just got deleted for hate speech not too long ago.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, well.
Sorry, guys, I have to do something real quick.
All right.
Good.
Yeah, that's a shame. I see Joseph Stalin in the chat posting stuff. He's always pretty fun.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
he's made another account,
Yeah.
and
Good on,
it's
good
sad
on you,
because
mate.
he had well over 1,000 subs.
All right. So what do we got? We got once the GoFundMe is fully funded, what's next, and how long do you believe it will take for it to actually go to court? Because these things can take years for anything significant to happen. Well, you say that, and there's been an update regarding the Vic Mignogna situation.
Yeah.
But Nick has upped the GoFundMe from 100,000 to 200,000,
Mhm.
and they're aiming for funding even more money. So if you haven't already,
Let's
if you
not
haven't
forget-
already supported, Vic Mignogna,
Yeah.
then go and
not just that
go
though, but you gotta remember, Kamehacon actually decided to re-invite him.
Yep, that's another thing that happened. So Kamehacon re-invited him, and it's been met with quite a lot of fan
And
praise.
that's,
And it turns out that Chris Sabat and Monica Rial were fucking pulling all these strings, making threats against the con, saying we were not going to keep up with our
Yeah.
contract or something, or we're not going
We're
to.
not going
Yeah,
if you, yeah.
I think the main point is if you want good updates on the Vic Mignogna situation, follow Nick XIII, because he's the guy that's doing most of the stuff. So, but the main thing is once once it's been funded, well, I mean, it's not like it's going to be funded. It's because it's an ongoing legal proceeding. It's going to cost money like as time goes on, so it's probably going to be more than what we've raised. It takes time, right? From what the lawyer Ty Beard, the absolute madman Ty Beard, has been saying.
Yo, my mom brought a chicken over.
Okay. What?
Okay, as I was saying, Ty Beard has been saying that the legal process has been going at lightning speed. Things are progressing. However, I believe that eventually things are going to slow down, and it is going to take probably years. Right? It's going to be a long fight. But in the end, just if you can support it, support it. If you can't support it financially, just share the link around, let people know about it. You know, do all that stuff.
You take so long to explain shit.
It's going to take minimum 8 months. That's a lightning fast trial.
Not to mention he has a lot of.
I mean, a lightning fast trial is when you get a mistrial in under 15 minutes.
Well, the entertaining part is this trial will go quickly as soon as these people lawyer up because they've been so fucking retarded.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So here's the question. Before we move on, do you actually have insight on the Vic Mignogna situation, or are you just
me?
Yeah. Like, do you know about it, or have any thoughts or opinions before we move on? So you are technically the honored guest, more technically.
Yeah.
I mean, all I know about it is that
okay.
just,
You go, bro.
all I know about it is that like just Vic Mignogna was accused for sexual harassment, and that there is actually literally no proof that he actually did.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all I kind of know about it.
But yeah, Dimitri,
I heard
we're wondering if you have any opinion on it. I think he went AFK.
I'm sorry, I was doing something. What?
Oh no, that's fine. We're talking about we were asked a question about Vic Mignogna and the updates on that, and we were wondering if you had. Yes, we were wondering if you had any thoughts, or if you wanted to share thoughts, or had any like comments you wanted to make.
I have not been following this, so my opinions are not very nuanced. I know people that know Vic, and here's the thing. Here's my opinion from my perspective, but I am going to say I am not like well informed, so that does not mean my opinion is well informed.
No,
I think Vic can be creepy, but he is not to the extent of what these people claim, like a rapist or a homophobe or this or that.
Right.
He can just be a little creepy sometimes. Whatever.
I think that's
weird.
like the baseline kind of where a lot of the majority is at. Is like, yes, some of the images look a little bit damning and a little bit creepy out of context, and from what I have heard, he is a bit of an asshole to con staff sometimes.
That I know for sure.
But
Yeah.
the question that I have to ask when people say these things is that justification for his life to be ruined? And I have to say,
hold on. No, you have to ask, what is it that they consider it being an asshole?
No,
Well,
he's legitimately an asshole.
Okay, but
Really
the fact. Before we move on, the fact of the matter is it's not illegal to be an asshole, regardless of what they believe being an asshole like constitutes. Being an asshole is not justification to lose your job.
I think we pretty much talked about all of this last podcast.
Yeah. We're going a bit off. So what's the next questions?
Speaking of Vic, how's the Ruby video coming along? I don't think I've ever said I was making a Ruby video. I was saying I could make one, but I'm sure Fat Man Falling will just make one that would be better than me.
Fat Man Falling, is that a Family Guy reference?
No, Fat Man Falling is a YouTube channel that pretty much built his channel off of Ruby. And I was saying, like, there's a few things I disagree with him, and I said I could probably get a Ruby video out before him, but I'm not going to focus on it because it took him over 8 months to make that video.
If you're looking for some Ruby content, there is a guy called Jerry Freeman who is doing a series called Ruby But Better, where he's essentially taking Ruby and basically...
Oh, I know that guy.
put the link in the Discord and people can.
Oh, I really
see
thought
the
when you
video.
said Ruby but better, you were just going to link to Little Witch Academia.
No. So what he's doing
It's
is
just a hentai series, nothing else.
Yeah,
That's all
oh
it is.
yeah, I agree. I agree so hard.
Yeah.
No. So what he's doing is he's basically taking Ruby and reconstructing the entire world and basically the whole thing from the ground up. And he's made a series of really good. They're very long, but they're really interesting videos of how he would reconstruct Ruby to make it actually not shit. And I found them to be really enjoyable, so I just kind of wanted to shill that out. If you're looking for Ruby content, look up Jerry Freeman on YouTube. He's doing
they
some
could
really
start
good-
with consistent lengths of episodes.
Okay, what's your opinions on Comicsgate covering the Vic stuff, but not the anime community? I think it's because
Most of the anime community is focused on the shit coming out of Japan.
yeah, I know. I was saying most.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. When you are talking about the Vic situation, you're talking about the dubs, so you're already wrong.
Yeah.
None of the anime community is watching dubs.
Here, not only should we kick Vic, but we should also
Especially
kick
not now.
every other Funimation employee. We should kick anyone that voices, in English.
The only one who covers dubs that I know of is for Neverworld, and no one gives a fuck what that faggot says.
Okay.
R.I.P.
All right. So what else have we got? Is what made you
desire to do a podcast? I have the dumbest reason. Because back when YouTube made the 4,000 watch hours, I was at the 1,000 subscriber, but I wasn't at the 4,000. And I was like, you know what? We could just find topics every week. We could do that. Let's try it. We'll see how it goes. We were supposed to stop once we get those 4,000, but I had too much fun that we just kept it going.
To be fair, we cut the time of them down by a lot because they used to be 10 hours long.
Oh yeah.
You used to be fapping it and going for 7 hours each episode. I love the EFAP boys though. They're doing good work.
We would cut it at 12 hours because you couldn't upload longer than 12 hours.
Yeah, there's a limit to it. So the next question is, willing to bet Funimation will produce a Leaving Neverland type documentary on Vic. Now, that...
Ooh, wow. That'd be fucking something, man.
I haven't been following any of this stuff because, quite frankly, I don't really care about all this Neverland bullshit because it's just the guy's dead. He can't defend himself. It's kind of I don't like this idea that we have to and from what I understand, it's not like there's actually solid evidence of anything. It's just it's kind of shaky.
All of those cases fell apart, so there's so much deniability.
You have to remember he did, from what I remember, he did go to trial for it, and he was found not guilty. So
repeatedly.
So I have to question the Neverland narrative. But again, I don't have strong opinions on it. I haven't seen it. I just don't particularly care one way or the other because I think that he's dead and there's not much point in pursuing it at this point.
Yeah, you're basically not Razor.
Yeah, I've heard Razor Fist has been going very hard on it.
I finally just popped my finger back into place.
All right.
We popped it into place. What?
Next question is it fair for YouTube to yeet your channel without explaining what you did to deserve it? And should anything considered hate speech be censored? I assume you mean censored, but yeah, I don't like hate speech. Like laws and stuff. I think it's stupid.
You don't
I
like
hate
speech? Are you pro censorship?
No.
Oh my god!
I think hate speech is free speech, and that pretty much sums it up. Really?
Me, I think only the left shouldn't be able to speak.
I think
it would. It would solve a lot of problems.
Down? Or the left.
Why don't we use east and west? We've got east and west. We need to have north and south.
What about the Z position?
I think only I shouldn't be allowed to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's already the case.
Yeah, don't speak right now.
All right, so we got any more questions for us, Otaki?
Yeah, probably. Let me go look.
All right.
Next
There you go.
question.
I'm looking because some people.
Next question.
Shut up.
Who will win in a fight?
Some people will stop fucking talking.
Okay, I'm asking a question.
Oh man. But yeah.
What are you talking? Drop? What was your question?
Next question. Who will win in a fight? Peter Griffin or the chicken?
Oh god.
That's the next question.
I haven't watched Family Guy in years, and I don't plan to.
Yeah, I was about
do
to
not
say,
like Family Guy at
I
all.
stopped watching Family Guy when it got so. Actually, I stopped watching Family Guy.
See, I stopped. I stopped
just-
watching Family Guy when I grew up and became a man.
I
so
remember this was
I just-
hilarious.
I don't watch Family Guy.
I had a Family Guy fan fiction written about me.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
I know that sounds
Why?
crazy. You guys want to see that?
wait,
Hold on.
Do not. Okay. That's whenever free speech should be limited.
All right, you
Okay,
go,
we need to get you on a show
go
just
find
like
Family Guy fan fiction should be limited.
okay, you go find that, and in the
It's
meantime,
fucking hilarious.
the
I
Peter
I read this
trap.
on, I read this on stream.
Do I? Do I have, okay, wait. Do I have to censor anything?
No, it's like it's a fucking like it was made as a meme, not serious. It's funny.
The way you say that, I'm putting it on break just in case, and I'm gonna look.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're
That's
not going to
fair.
read.
That's
we're not-
fair.
That's
If-
what I was
if you-
asking.
I didn't
Romantics,
expect you to read it. To be fair.
yeah, because if you've already
God,
read it
yeah,
on,
this thing was funny.
hang on, stop one at a time. If you've already read it on stream, and there's already like,
Yeah,
We don't
there's
have
not much
to
point.
read it. I was just.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just wanted to show it to you guys.
I
'cause
just
it's funny.
I need to read this later.
Yeah.
Okay, what I was gonna say is, I remember this. Please change your banner and avatar as it is stolen from the artist Hopeless Peaches. You could have commissioned someone to draw your avatar and banner. No need to steal. Have a nice day.
What?
Now,
Oof, nigga,
this was
oof.
like this giant joke me and Hopeless Peaches did. That when What the What was doing the Hopeless Peaches meme, changing their avatar into Hopeless Peaches, I was like, I'm gonna go a step further. I made one for my YouTube avatar and then one for my YouTube banner. Of course, I asked permission, and then what we did is she pretend as if I was stealing her stuff and not crediting her inside her
So basically,
inside
Matt's
the Discord, and I was talking to everyone. I was like, "Yeah, I know this person. They are whatchamacallits. They're some kind of alt-right Nazi trying to." Like, I was just going as hard as I could in there, and it was just hilarious. And that one person actually went to my channel and commented.
That's great.
But we had like it was hilarious because I was in there, and then someone was like, "We need to find this person and help him." It's like I found his Discord, and so
Oh,
it got even
Oh,
because I sent my Discord, and then they joined and saw. Wait, they were just talking to me.
That's
And then they see Hopeless Peaches has a role inside there, and like we all just were messing around. It was just a thing we did for laughs.
seems like a fun time.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
we trolled.
high impact head pats and cuddling.
I still have her as the
Say what?
as my banner.
What'd you say their bio?
I just got back from school, so what did I miss?
We just talked about the drama between Pedantic and
Damn it! I wish I was
in here.
and and Monroe's in here. So yeah, if you want to get to make them blush, now's the time.
What?
Monroe is basically.
Yeah, here's my reaction to that.
You cut out completely.
I was born ready.
Monroe is Felix. That's what I said. Goddamn.
Blushes. Ooh.
Blushes and Kobe-san? Hey, Lois.
I mean, I freaking started coughing the moment I saw you in chat because I was drinking.
let me see if I can find that picture from Mordecai.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I didn't realize that was a real cough.
Oh man, that's great.
It was real.
Yeah, we're having good times. We're having good times. We're in the winding down stages, but we're having a good time.
It's always a good time on the Pseudo Intellectual podcast. Yeah, it's just I was actually supposed to come
Dude.
back like earlier from school, but I was
Buy a
like waiting
Gundam.
for someone.
Buy a Gundam. I commend you for that. With that Comey
Why, thank
picture.
you.
Okay.
No problem.
Can we hold?
Okay, you're probably going to stop commending me once I post this.
Okay, I think that's
Oh,
all
no.
the questions. We barely get any questions.
All right. Oh god, that one.
You could be more rough.
Shoot, wrong one.
Oh no.
God
I love.
damn it! Stop.
Stop
making-
looting the chat.
It's
Yeah,
on
we can loot-
stream.
Yeah, like
It's being
Horny
looted.
on the
Wow,
brain.
fix it.
What the? Oh my god! It can be more rough. First of all, okay, that's too far. The Comey sign. The Comey sign, she must be protected.
But both of y'all are
Oh.
Komi-san.
Oh man, it's good stuff.
One's Komi-san modern day, one's Komi-say from the 40k
Or
millennia when she becomes a female space marine. She's the lost missing Primarch.
One's current day Komi-san,
Mine's
the other's
the,
4chan Komi-san.
Mine's the artistic Comey sign. And this one's God.
Oh man. So anyway, yep. Have we got anything else, or should we start wrapping it up?
Wrap it before you tap it.
Wrap it before you tap it.
Wrap it before we tap it.
Well, I mean, technically.
Or at least
Don't
that's
rap
what
it,
you
don't
say.
be pussy.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, it doesn't matter.
Go raw, dude.
We're going in raw. Bite the
Just say
pillow.
your short count.
And now shooting. I just heard
I
something
should
about
probably
pillows.
promote Monroe's channel.
Yeah, we'll give you a full 86 more subs from our 86 viewers.
That should promote
Hell
my channel.
yeah.
I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers.
No, I'm pretty sure most of us are subscribed to TheSMonroe.
Yeah, we
Yeah, it's probably overlapped. To be honest.
probably really, yeah. Because I've been following you for a
Subscribe
while.
to Jockey for
so.
1,000.
Whoa, cool.
Cool.
I mean, the first video I saw of Monroe, whatchamacallit, the first video I saw was either the one where you talked about your experiences with the LGBT community, or the one on Mother's Basement. I can't remember. One of those
I
two
think
were
for
the
me,
ones I've seen.
I can't pinpoint it, but I very much remember the representation one with Mass Effect Andromeda.
And
That one was one that I watched. That was I think might have been the one that got me into you. So yeah, that was my one.
I think it was like the Mother's Basement one, and then I immediately watched the one where it's what top 5 anime girls you want to come inside.
What?
Whoa!
And it's like, okay, this person's
Oh my
funny.
god, I fucking love that image.
Oh, we're good. We're doing good. But yeah, no, it's been good. It's been a good chat. We had fun today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put Monroe
I was
here.
happy to show up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're glad to have you. Glad to have
Well,
you.
yeah, it sucks I couldn't make it here because I had business to take care of.
Hmm.
Well, you came up for that.
'cause,
That's what's
basic-
important.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, to make it like a long story, to make a long story short, I ended up. Now on Mondays. I'm teaching Japanese people how to speak English.
Cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Good on you.
One thing I wanted to mention, I keep failing to mention every single podcast. We are making
What?
a podcast channel so that we are going to move off of this channel and onto a different channel for the podcast.
I already have a podcast channel.
Ah, cool.
I keep forgetting to say that. I mean, it already has a few podcasts out already on it. Hold on, let me take a break. You know what? It will be in description in a bit.
So,
All right, I'll sub to that. I haven't even subbed to that yet, so I've done
You
that
should
now.
subscribe to
Oh,
Jockey
speaking of
1000.
subbing, I did forget to mention this earlier. If you look at the screenshot Pedantic took, she subbed to me.
Yeah.
Which made me laugh.
you know what? The funny thing is, the moment you said speaking of sub, I was way more interested in the conversation.
Of course.
I think Pedantic has a crush on you.
That'd be good.
I mean, the last video, I fixed
Alright.
the audio of us debating that anime snob, so that is actually,
Wait, y'all debated the actual anime stuff?
yeah.
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 Y'all actually got him on the call?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, both me and Unknown have had him on.
No,
Yeah, Rick Fag was
I
there
was
as well.
about to
Like,
say,
I've done podcasts
it's-
of Snob.
Hmm.
that one
Oh,
and then
shit.
the one of me debating a schizophrenic person about Sword Art Online Gun Gal Alternative.
Oh yeah.
We also Oh yeah, we also did that one. I mean, I fixed the audio.
But yeah,
with
so-
that anime stuff, so it's now actually very clear instead of hearing.
Yeah,
that
so if
anime.
you want some more pseudo intellectual podcast goodness, go over to that channel and you'll have a ton of content to watch.
Yeah, I'll
so
be
there you go.
uploading.
What we define, well, what passes for content, I guess.
I mean, I'll be uploading.
Let's talk about experimental
No,
stuff.
I'll be uploading like.
Should you subscribe to PewDiePie or T-Series? Oh, sorry.
I'll be uploading like every little bit at a time over there. When I'm, not
You
chronically.
just have to have a over 200 IQ to understand, to understand the even videos. Because if you look at the icon, you see we're transcending humanity right now.
Yeah, we're transcending.
Fuck it, I'm not
They're
making more
transcending
jokes.
the-
Every time I try, I get interrupted. I'm done.
Yeah, okay. So shall we do final wrap ups?
Sure.
Can I go first? Because I actually have to go.
All right.
Do I have to do a wrap?
If you don't want to, but before you go, I gotta do that. So give me a second.
Man, that dude beat me to the punch. He just left.
He does that all the time.
All right. He's coming back.
Wait, did Plot leave?
All right.
And then he came back like a abused housewife. No, baby, I'll leave you. Now I'm coming back.
I was about to say we can't do our joke if he leaves.
I know.
All right. Let's let because
Monroe go first.
I'm the TheSMonroeShow. I wear girl clothes and make YouTube videos. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yep.
You can find me on TheSMonroeShow on YouTube, Twitter, basically anywhere. I also stream 2 times a week. I'm not sure what else to say. Is that how these things work?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you sound very tasty. The safety word is rabbit.
What?
All I remember is.
What the?
All right. Well, it was nice coming. This was fun.
Yeah, it was good. Okay, one at a time. For fuck's sake, guys.
Those words left my mouth, and I immediately knew what someone was going to say.
I mean, the last stream I saw of Monroe was looking very fertile, so go watch those streams.
Thank you. I try. But yeah, I had a good time. This was fun. So thanks for inviting me.
We had a good time too. It was good to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Bye.
You seem like a really nice.
Bye.
Bye. Oh shit.
Next person.
Very nice. All right, I gotta go too, so I'll go next. So yeah, I'm at Neretsu the Poo on Twitter. You can often find me retweeting gross ass hentai and responding to idiots and getting called a misgendering asshole. So
enjoy that misgendering life.
That's
man.
a follow.
Yeah, man. So go find me on there, and yeah, it's pretty much all that needs to be said. I'm not really active anywhere else. So, but yeah, it was good to chat. It was nice to talk to everyone again. And yeah, I'll catch you all later.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Next.
So, Plot, did you see this week's One Piece?
He's gone. Okay. I'm Kaiser Trigger. I edit videos. I still plan to make some. I'm editing videos currently. So, suck my dick.
No.
No, Taki's just like, no.
There we go. Okay, so...
Wait, did you read this week's My Hero?
There we go.
God damn, that's great!
Alright. Bye, Kaiser. Next is Drock, I guess.
Bye, Kaiser. Alright. Yo, what up? It's your boy. Fruits. Okay. My name is Drock 1000. I'm a YouTuber. I was about to hit 1,000 subscribers. And I make anime and other YouTube video essays and all that. My first one just came out. It's called Komi-san, The Silent Beauty of Friendship. And it's doing really, really good. And it's one of my favorite videos and one of the longest videos I've done in a while. And the longest video duration-wise, but like the longest video, I've edited in like a while.
All right.
And it's really good, and I really like it. Please subscribe. I'm being hostage.
And whatchamacallit, follow me on Twitter, where I just troll the shit out of everyone, like Mother's Basement, Pedantic, literally everyone that just does that. And I was thinking about probably being AnyTuber Hot Takes Twitter. Just because, it's hilarious. But whatchamacallit. But yeah, follow me on Twitter where I just go and troll literally anyone and everyone every day.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Bio Gundam. I exist. I make Rekafag memes and make videos, and that's basically about it. You know, who cares?
All right, Drock, did you finish?
Oh yeah, I already did. Remember?
Okay, I
And
wasn't
let
sure
them
if you
finish?
finished because it seems like you were trying to talk
Yeah.
again. I was like, oh wait. All
Nah,
right.
I just wanted to commentate.
All right. I guess everyone's made their outro because plot doesn't matter, and the same with Stuffy.
Yo, Plot, have you seen the new episode?
I mean, I guess you could follow me at @StuffyDoll with a 4 instead of an A.
Like to be a Twitter
Oh,
Stuffy
man.
because I don't think I actually found it.
All right, gotta go. See ya. Bye.
Alright,
Necro
bye,
follows me.
guys.
Okay, good, thank you.
Bye.